Hello and welcome to Talk a Good Game. It's not Talk a Good Game, is it? Welcome to Talk a Good Build Up as Chelsea take on West Ham United. Kick off 1 hour and 5 minutes away, which means the lineups are, of course, 5 minutes away before they come out. Gonzo, how you doing?
I'm all right, thanks, mate. You looking forward to it? Firm and fruity, as always.
I'm firm and fruity. I am
Good.
actually looking forward to it. As sort of like, I feel like throughout the season so far, because the transfer window's been active, your sort of attention from the game's distracted until match day anyway. So the day before, you're sort of looking around to see what's happening, the transfer rumours, so on and so forth. But there's none of that now. It closed on Thursday night. So yesterday was the first day that we've had this season so far where actually there's no distractions. And my anticipation for this game is being increased. And I'm really excited, actually. I'm really looking forward to this one. I'm looking forward to the lineups from both teams. I think it's hard to guess what West Ham are going to do. I think it's hard to guess what Chelsea are going to do. And I think we could be in for a cracker, actually, at the bridge. So, yeah, firm and fruity and excited. What about yourself?
All three, Geo, all three. Yeah, very much so, actually, and particularly with the. I was going to say, it's obviously not good news about Aubameyang, obviously, but I'm pleased he's not playing. Not pleased he got burgled, obviously, but yeah, he's not playing. So I think that may well be just another thing we don't have to worry about. They got plenty of good players, mate, and we could do without him having another one for a little while anyway. They're not a team. Well, look, we discussed it in the preview. We're probably playing them at the right time. Doesn't mean they can't put a load of goals past us, but I'm hopeful after we've just had a London derby, we've got another one coming up now that he's going to take it very, very seriously. When I say take it seriously, Moyes will always take these games seriously, but it's how much attacking intent he wants to give on this one. I'd like to see us start on the front foot, basically.
Yeah, just to confirm there, this is true. I just had a quick look in case we're getting wound up. Everton are currently leading at home to Liverpool in the Merseyside derby, which kicked off at 12:30. So they're about 25 minutes into the second half, and Conor Cody's just given them the lead. Big goal there. Is there anyone in particular you're hoping to see today, Gonzo, starting? That is not off the bench.
Of course I am. We all are. We all want to see the Pac-Man, don't we? Let's be fair. Yeah, let's get him on. Let's have a go at him. Really. Yeah, I'd like to see him. I think everybody else you sort of expected to see. There's no point in me saying I want to see Kehra. We will see Kehra. So, Rice is in good form, but he's going to start anyway. We're all just basically wondering, is the Pac-Man going to play? And I think he is, and I hope he is. So, I'd say I think he is. I don't think he is. I don't know, Gio. You know what it's like. I don't know any of the. I'm trying to gauge from you. I'm always looking to see if there's a little wry smirk from you. So I say the words and I look for your reaction. So I say I think such and such is playing, and I'm like that. What's he doing? What's he doing? Is he smiling? Is he?
I can't hold it in, but I believe Paqueta does start today.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I believe
Good.
our Brazilian Magnifico is starting at Stamford Bridge. So we'll wait and see. Official lineup's out in a couple of minutes, but yes, I believe that is very much the case. So we'll see. He's the one I'm wanting to see as well. I think obviously it'll be interesting to see what Moyes does, because Cresswell being injured throws a bit of a spanner in the works. Does he go like for like, stick with the sort of three in the back in a defensive formation? And if the answer is yes, are you putting Ogbonna in there and going a bit more defensive, or are you putting Emerson in there and going a bit more offensive? I think Emerson's probably the more direct swap for Cresswell to keep that attacking threat. But there is the chance that he could put Ogbonna in there and let Thilo Kehrer be the attacking threat from the other side of the pitch, actually. Now, I know what he's supposedly done, so we'll get the official confirmation in a minute. But I think that was a bit of a dilemma for David Moyes, actually, because I could understand why he would do either or, really. I could see why he would do it Bonner, but I could also see why he would do Emerson. Which one would you prefer?
I mean, it's a tough one, isn't it? I tell you what, though, what a lovely position for him to be in. He's got a problem. He's got two solutions to it. So that that's welcome to the new West Ham of this season. I guess that's great. I'd be honest, I can't think of a time when I've seen Emerson play at left centre back. I couldn't tell you about it, so I didn't know. I've never seen him there. Ogbonna's pace worries me, but the way Ogbonna clattered into the Tottenham defenders to basically help set up Bowen's chance at the end, which he just sort of pulled slightly wide of his left foot. That was all to do with Ogbonna being attritional. You've got the teams, haven't you?
Yeah. Let's crack it up on the screen right now. So in goal for West Ham is Lucas Fabianski. It looks like a back three again, out of possession, the back four in possession. So we've got Vladimir Sufal as well as Tilo Kehrer and Kurt Zuma. We've also got Emerson coming in for the injured Aaron Creswell and Pablo Fornals. We've got Declan Rice and Thomas Souček as always, plus Lucas Paqueta starting alongside Jared Bowen and Michail Antonio. What are you thinking?
That's great. Love it. Yeah, absolutely. Why not? Why not? As I say, I've never seen Emerson at left centre back. Has he played there? You know more about these things than I do. He's played there, right?
Yeah. I don't know how often, but he's certainly got experience playing that position.
Why not? Why not? Great. And I'll tell you what, if that is the case, and it's given us another player who can play in 2 or 3 positions, which I just think is fantastic for the squads. I'm really looking forward to this. I think particularly it looked like Paqueta, when he lost the ball, got the ump, which I like that. And he seems to try and win it back straight away. And he seems to want to either intercept or tackle, which is really good. And if you find Fornals, as he had a tendency to do when he plays that left wing back role, is move into the middle as well, we could well find that we're really busy in that middle of the park there. If Paqueta's dropping back, Fornals going in there, plus you've got Rice and Souček in there as well. We may well win a lot of ball back quite quickly, actually. That would be really interesting to see. I know, obviously, we all want to see him for his skills and ways, hopefully travel well with the ball, pass the ball forward quickly. That'd be really good. Be interesting to see how Antonio does as well, because Antonio's maybe, as soon as he receives the ball, might be getting on his bike. I think that's going to be the most interesting partnership there, really, because they're pretty much chalk and cheese as players, aren't they, Paqueta and Antonio there? So can they develop an understanding? It's going to be interesting to see.
What I will say, my disappointment is no Said Benrahma. I expected this. I had concerns, if you want to call it that. Moyes will be reluctant for quite a while to play Paqueta and Said Benrahma until he sees Paqueta doing the work off the ball that's perhaps Fornals and Jared Bowen do from that attacking positions. And I hate the fact I feel like I'm correct now that given that Jared Bowen stays in the team and Said Benrahma is the one that drops out. Only one of them are in form, and it's not the one that's starting today.
I agree.
And I'm a bit disappointed by that, actually. I get it. I do get it, hence why I am not surprised, because Moyes knows off the ball Jared Bowen will do the job perfectly. Yeah. And I think he's probably got reservations about Said Benrahma and Lucas Paqueta doing that. And I think he feels he can get away with one player in the team, Benrahma or Paqueta, but just now I don't think Moyes feels you can do both. And I think if we were playing Bournemouth at home today, I'd like to give the manager the benefit of the doubt that he might have played both, but I don't think he would have. I think he would have went with this team as well. I think he was just
this formation, Geo. That's what I think it is. I think you might see them both when we play 4 at the back. I think if he plays 3 at the back, I don't think you see them both.
But I don't know, because we've got enough cover defensively. Out of possession, essentially, we're sort of 5 at the back, really. If anything, that sort of lessens the defensive responsibilities of Bowen and Paqueta today.
It's just my suspicion. I think if he plays with a 4 at the back, you may well find that actually Benrahma plays on the left, and he would play Paqueta as a number 10. So that's what I suspect. But it is, yeah, there's no doubt about it. Benrahma is in much better form than Jared Bowen, and is unlucky not to be in the team.
Yeah, I mean, I can get why he's keeping Bowen in. I've seen Said Benrahma coming down the right-hand side for West Ham that really plays on the left or in the number 10 role, and Paqueta's come in and taking up. I can see what we're doing. We're basically sticking what we did against Spurs. Emerson comes in for Creswell, like for like swap, and Paqueta comes in for Benrahma, not a like for like, but roughly similar. And I think if you put Bowen out and put Benrahma in over that side, it changes up a little bit. But I don't know. I think Bowen's quite fortunate, really, and I think Said Benrahma can consider himself quite unfortunate not to be starting today's game. However, he is on the bench. Let's take a look at the West Ham bench. Only 8 players on the bench for West Ham, so we're 1 down already. Plus, we've got the 2 goalkeepers, and we've got bad news looking at the bench. On the bench for the Hammers today is Areola and Randolph with Ogbonna, Connor Coventry, Flynn Downs, Manuel Anzini, Maxwell Cornet, and Said Benrahma. So Gianluca Scamacca not yet available for the Hammers, nor is Craig Dawson, and we knew Aaron Creswell and Ben Johnson was going to be absent prior to today's game. So we're sort of a player down, really, but that's the bench for the West Ham today.
Yeah, it looks a bit skinny, really, doesn't it? That being said, Yeah, I do find it weird why he does just chuck a youngster on there, give him a day out. Do you know what I mean? If anything else, you
A
would say
day out.
well, no, I'm serious. A day on the
Give him a
coach,
day
travelling
out.
with the first team. Yeah, I mean it. You know, I mean, but not the full one. Say to them, look, there's no point phoning your family. You're probably not going to play, but as experience, get on the coach and all the rest of it. Run up and down the touchline, get you warming up.
I do agree with you. It's funny the way you just called it a day out.
It was a nice day out, Geo. Nice day out.
A day out's when you go to like the arcade or cinema or something, go shopping or whatever. Not go sit on the bench for West Ham.
Yeah, bring your sandwiches, little bag of pick and mix. Be nice for you.
Yeah.
But don't tell your parents because
I do agree with what you're suggesting.
No, I don't.
You know, we've got we've got 2 keepers on the bench plus a vacant spot as well. So you could argue there's room for 2 youngsters on there. Whoever you might tickle, whoever tickles your fancy. I can only assume Harrison Ashby's injured or he'd be involved. But obviously, Okaflex has gone out on loan. So you're looking at likes of Chester's, Mubama. You know, Callum Marshall again scored another hat trick. Today, I mean, that's a young kid in form at the minute. That's going to be moving through the ranks pretty quickly. So yeah, I know what you're saying. There's plenty of opportunity to take a couple of the youngsters in and get them involved.
When we're 5-0 up against Chelsea, what's the problem? Bring Ekber on. Do you know what I mean? No drama.
Yeah, there you go. Anyway, let's take a look at the Chelsea team this afternoon in no particular order while I read it out and try and work out what Chelsea's formation is. We've got Mendy in goal. We've also got Fofana making his full debut. Thiago Silva continues at the back alongside Koulibaly. Reece James is back from his illness alongside Conor Gallagher, Ruben Loftus-Cheek and Kovacic. We've also got Cucurella as well as Pulisic and Raheem Sterling. It looks like a 3-5-2, really, doesn't it? I mean, there's 3 centre-backs there. Reece James back into his right wing-back role. Cucurella left wing-back. That gives you Gallagher, Loftus-Cheek and Kovacic. And then up front, you've got Pulisic and Sterling. Unless, I guess you could say that Gallagher might be playing behind Sterling along with Pulisic. So probably a bit of a 3-4-3 for Chelsea. Going back to what Tuchel used to do. This is his Chelsea blueprint formation, I guess. So, yeah, there you go. Sterling up front, Pulisic, and I assume it'll be Gallagher in the 10 rows, Loftus-Cheek and Kovacic in the middle, Cucurella and Reece James on the sides with Fofana, Silva and Koulibaly at the back. Yeah,
well, clearly 3 centre halves there, as you can see. I think the midfield is whatever composition you want. Clearly, the midfield is Loftus-Cheek, Kovacic, and Gallagher. I think we could be all over that. I really do. That doesn't individually good. Well, 2 of them individually good players, and one of them is okay, Loftus-Cheek. But I do think I wouldn't be surprised if we do sort of outnumber them in there. What I'd say is a lot of pace up top there for them. 2 very, very quick players, if that's what we think it is. One of 2 things going to happen there. I can look at it. Either they're going to be, well, just one player wide, which is the wing-backs, or both of those forwards, if you want to call them that, that's their instinct is to pull wide. So they're obviously either going to, if they pull wide and try and double up there, then they're not going to have an awful lot going on in the middle. Interesting. I don't mind that team at all, has to be said. They're 3 decent centre-backs, but I don't mind it.
Yeah, surprised at Silva playing, to be honest with you. They rarely play him midweek games and weekend games. They've been very careful to sort of monitor and manage his game time to keep him fit given his age. So surprised to see him in there. Strong 3 centre-backs though. Cucurella preferred to bench Chilwell, makes sense. Reece James back, makes sense. Pulisic seems a bit of an odd one. I mean, he was sort of like expected to depart at one point. I'm surprised he's still there, if I'm honest with you. I know you really rate him, but he's not somebody I particularly rate. I know he's scored against us last season, but he's not somebody I think too much of. Even in Bundesliga, his numbers were very underwhelming, and I think he's just
he's fast and tricky. He's fast and tricky. I do like those players. Yeah.
Speedy Nathan Redmond. That's all he is. He doesn't bother me too much. You know, good enough centre midfield though. Kovacic being deemed fit enough to start is a bit of a bit annoying. I would prefer to have not seen him in there. But yeah, listen, it's a beatable team. It's a good team, fantastic individual players. But at the minute, it's hard to read that team out and think, oh no, we're going to be in for a tough
Well,
game.
it's hard to read that team out and not see 4 players who are not part of the manager's plans. And I think that doesn't bode particularly well for them.
What 4 are you seeing, just out of interest?
Well, Silva clearly is not part of his long-term plans. Where else have we got? Obviously, Loftus-Cheek is not part of his long-term plans. I think Gallagher's part of his long-term plans. I don't think Pulisic is part of his long-term plans.
How do you assume Loftus-Cheek isn't part of his long-term plans?
Well, because I've seen him play football, and Tuchel likes really good footballers, doesn't he? So, what?
Anyways.
Look, do you know what? I'm happy to be proved wrong. Probably good for England. It proves wrong. I don't think he's even good enough to be in the England squad. And if I don't think he's good enough to be in the England squad, I'm pretty sure he shouldn't be good enough to be in Chelsea's. So I would have been if West Ham had gone and signed Loftus-Cheek, I probably would have been a bit disappointed. I would have thought, well, actually, we probably could have done a bit better than that. So, yeah, I'm not saying he's crap. I'm really not. It's not like one of me Tottenham wind-ups, right? All right, Eric Dyer.
Just remember, he's one of few players we've seen dominate Declan Rice over 90 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. But Declan Rice was a baby, you know, and he did dominate him. And I remember the game, all right? But if I'm going to say, I'll tell you what, there's only one reason for me not to give my honest opinion on Loftus-Cheek, and that's because I might be getting a bit superstitious, or I might be afraid that at the end of it he scores, and someone might say, "Oh, look, that Muppet in the build-up got it all wrong on Loftus-Cheek." I'm not going to do that. I don't think he's a great player, Gio. I just don't. I don't think he's Chelsea aspire to be a league-winning team. I don't think he's of that level. I don't think there's a team in the top 4 that would take Loftus-Cheek and play him in centre midfield. Actually, maybe Liverpool at the moment, given their current performance. But there you go.
Anyway, let's take a look at the Chelsea bench this afternoon. We've got Kepa on there, along with Paqueta, Chilwell, Chalobah, Jorginho, Mason Mount, Ziyech, Broja, and Havertz.
The bench is better than their team.
It's a strong bench, isn't it? It's a very strong bench for Chelsea. Plenty of game changers on there, and a good selection. If you need to go defensive, brilliant. You've got a centre back, right back, left back, a defensive midfielder. If you need to go attacking, you've got a striker, a perfect number 10, attacking midfielders. So it's a real good balanced bench that for Chelsea this afternoon.
I mean, it's significantly better than the team, isn't it?
I mean, you can make a case for pretty much all of them starting today.
I mean, there's 2 midfielders. Talk about Loftus-Cheek. There's 2 midfielders on the bench that are better than Loftus-Cheek straight away. Okay, Chilwell, as you say, I sort of get it. Paqueta, yeah, look, he's their captain, but Reece James at his favourite position, great. What? You know, listen, don't get me wrong. I like Pulisic. I don't pick him out as a world best player, but I'm not silly. The guy I picked out was Havertz. Havertz isn't playing Pulisic instead. Broja, surely more of a striker. In a 4-4-2, I think Pulisic is a really good winger. But that's not what's happening today. Weird.
Anyway,
a manager under pressure.
Yeah. Ready to compile the bet?
Yeah.
For those that are new around here, myself and Gonzo are going to jump on Bet365 right now. We're going to whack a little bet together. And if it wins, we're going to give the winnings to one of you guys. Not quite the 110 million won on Euro Millions last night by some lucky person. But, hopefully we can win £100 or something. Brighten up someone's weekend. What are you fancying?
I fancy a West Ham win.
Right, we're going to have to put it in. The odds are big, right? Let's go big and bold. I fancy Antonio to score,
There you go, against those 3 fine centre halves.
It's him or Jared Bowen. It's got to be, or I guess you could put. I mean, I feel like Paqueta would be the obvious one, but I don't know. I think Antonio.
Okay, fine. Yeah, cool.
Should get a lot of game time today as well with no Scamacca on the bench. I think he should increase the chance of him playing 90 minutes. And if we're going to win, we're probably going to have to score 2 goals. So Antonio's, I thought he looked good. I thought he looked good against Villa. I thought he looked really good against Spurs. Very unlucky not to score, hitting the post as well. Yeah, and, something, put himself directly up against Thiago Silva. He's up against one of the best defenders in terms of reading the game and whatnot. But we can get Antonio in a foot race with him, then we might have a bit of a chance. Sure. Anything else you're fancying?
No, yeah, I think we will concede as well. So I don't know if that's a bet that you can put on there, but I guess it is both teams to score is a bet that you do, and you betting folk, isn't it? Let's do a card, because I think you throw a card in there, then
who are you fancying?
on our team, maybe CHEWHU.
Trying to think who you'll be up against. Cucurella. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Yeah, mine would have been Fanals actually, up against Reece James. But I'll go with your CHEWHU. Let's find CHEWHU. Right, that'll do. That's the bet. £5 bet credit. So happy days. I'll use that up. Doesn't cost us any money. There you go. Look at that. Gosh, happy days.
I used 50p bet credit earlier in my bet 365 for my bet.
Yeah, would you like one big winner or two decent winners? What would you prefer to do?
Let's go with two.
Right then, so that will be £165 each if this bet wins. So £165 to 2 winners if this bet wins. West Ham to win the game, Antonio to score a goal, and CHEWHU to get booked. That's it. 3 things. West Ham win, Antonio goal, CHEWHU card, 2 people win £165 each. To enter in the live chat, please put the following phrase.
In homage to my daughter, we'll go with Keppa Pig.
Keppa Pig. Yeah, brilliant. There you go. Get that one in. How long are you going to save the Paqueta one for? Like Paqueta rice or something, or Paqueta crisps?
I don't know. I'm leaning heavily toward. I'm not sure how much I'm going to be using Paqueta. It's going to be mostly Pac-Man. I'm feeling a lot of Pac-Man. So I don't know. I don't know. You've got to try and keep it fresh, haven't you? For the we'll see. It may. But I don't like to be preempted by the chat either. So often the chat will throw in some things. So it makes me have to. I've got they can't even on my toes.
You do get some belters in the live chat occasionally. I don't click on them now in case it makes you. And I kind of hope you haven't seen them, so you still might use the funny one that's in the live chat. So
well, I've not even switched the live chat on yet, Gio. I switch it off at the start of the show.
When you're not here, I don't do that. I just tell them just to speak in the live chat. I don't come up with a phrase when you're not here. When you're absent, I don't even try and come up with something. I just
you know what I do when you're not here, don't you?
Yeah, you go for like a 1,000 to 1 for 50p.
That's it. Well, yeah, I'm seeing that.
You tight bugger.
Yes, yeah, I know, but they won't be calling me the tight bugger. Well, that's a terrible nickname anyway. They won't be calling me the tight bugger when one day my bet comes in and I'm handing out thousands of pounds to the live chat.
Of course,
go on, get it. You should see my bet today, my Premier League bet. It's a whopper, mate. 500 grand from about 50p.
Anyway, you've seen the teams. What are you thinking?
I like it. I like it up until the point Chelsea start doing substitutions. No, I do think they've got a good defence. I think that makes sense. He's going to have to. He needs a result. He really needs a result because there's no doubt about it. If Chelsea lose today, he's under pressure. You're under pressure anyway when you've got a new owner. And I don't think the owner's done him any favours. We said that in the build-up. I really don't. I think which player has been flown out to have his treatment in the States?
Fofana went out to do his medical.
That's it. I mean, that smacks of because I don't even know what gridiron team or baseball team, whatever the owner's got. I don't know. But that smacks of, hold on, no, we do it better over there. We've got a great medic over at wherever he is, so we'll fly him over there. That's the last thing the manager would have wanted. I bet the manager's probably, no, we've got medics here. He can do his medical here. Let's, I'll just get him in a day extra training. No. We need a thorough examination. Pardon the expression. Poor old Fofana. If he's limping around today, you know why it is. So I think he is under pressure with the new ownership. They've spent a lot of money. He needs a result, and but I'm really looking forward to it, G. I think we can get about them in midfield and wide areas from what I can see.
Right, before I give my thoughts, I'm going to get your thoughts via the live chat as well. I just want to point you in the direction of our Patreon. And while you do head on over there, you'll see that we're 96% the way to doing this as our job. Now, obviously, we already do it as our job because we heavily rely on brand deals and sponsorship. Without them, it wouldn't be our job. So all 3 things are crucial. We've got 3 main revenue streams, which is you watching adverts on Google, on YouTube, our brand deals, and our Patreon. Without any of those 3, we wouldn't be able to do it as our job. So we're trying to get to the 100%, which would just make it a little bit more comfortable. And if you do go over there, you can get additional Hammers Chat videos. It's patreon.com/Hammers Chat. Links in description and at the pinned comment on the live chat. So if you're in the live chat, they'll be at the very top. They'll be there. Has a link. Click it, and you can sign up. Costs you £3.60 per month from the lowest tier, and you unlock more videos, including Hammerlytics. We all saw Jack on our deadline day show. Went down really well. A few people said, can you get him on the main channel? No, we can't, unfortunately. That is our Patreon offering. We start bringing stuff from there over here. People would join Patreon, would they? Without Patreon, we wouldn't be doing this as our jobs, as I said, which means you wouldn't get one video a day across both channels. So head over there, join up, get some perks as well, including permanent discount at our online store and entry into the giveaways. Last week, we gave away a signed 1980 replica FA Cup shirt, which was signed by every single player that won the FA Cup with West Ham United, including, of course, Billy Bonds. This month's big prize is a signed Kurt Zouma shirt. And we've got some big prizes coming up in the future, including Upton Park seats. Not just one, not just two, but we have got 3 Upton Park seats to give away over the coming months on Hammers Chat. So a massive thank you to anybody who does head over there, join up and support us. Much appreciated. Right, Gonzo. Let me just get rid of the comments here. Right, let me get rid of the comments. Get your thoughts into the live chat. We'll turn to live chat in just a second. I'm feeling quite good. I think it's a team I expected from David Moyes, if I'm honest with you. I was hoping for a bit of a surprise, which is Saeed Benrahma starting as well. I see a few people say Fornals should be the one dropped. I don't think you can do that. I think Fornals is quite crucial to the way that we play this formation in this way. Fornals has to play in that left wing back role. Like Emerson's a swap for him. I think Maxwell Cornet may eventually be somebody that can do that as well. Sure. But I don't think you could bring in Benrahma or Paqueta for what Fornals is doing. So I think the only way you could get both in is if Jared Bowen lost out, and that would be a big call from David Moyes. And I think sometimes what I will say, while I think Bowen's not in form at the minute, one of the best ways to get a player back in form is just almost playing them through the poor patch. And he is getting better gradually. You know, his Tottenham game is better than the Villa one. The Villa one was better than the Brighton one. So in theory, this one should be his best performance of the season so far. I mean, we know he's capable of it. So I'm looking at our team. I'm feeling quite happy, to be honest with you. I'm looking at the Chelsea team, and as a West Ham fan, I'm feeling quite happy. Now, if they turn up with the right tactics, the right attitude, all their players play 10 out of 10, they win the game because they're better players than us. They just do. Look at that 3 centre-backs. That's 3 top centre-backs. One of the best right wing-backs in world football, to my knowledge. Cucurella, unbelievable player as well. Sterling, fantastic finisher. It's the bit in between Sterling and Rhys James I'm a little bit unsure about. I do highly rate Kovacic, though, probably more than a lot of people. But this is definitely a Chelsea team that's there to be got at. You know, 1 win in 4 coming into this one. They got 3-0 hiding from Leeds. Southampton beat them during the week, and I thought Chelsea looked awful. They stanked the place out. Tuchel was changing tactics in game, and he wasn't doing it what Potter did to us with Brighton, which is I have a plan. I'm going to activate that plan now. He was doing it to be reactive against Southampton. He didn't know what to do. He was shuffling it about, and 10 minutes later, he was reshuffling the deck, and another 10 minutes later, he was changing tactics again. They played about 4 different variations during the game. That's a sign of a manager struggling to get the best out of the players at his disposal, and that gives me encouragement for this one. So, yeah, we'll get our score predictions in just a minute, but shall we see what they're all saying in the...
Yeah, absolutely. I'll tell you what I do like about the chat. As when we did the Tottenham one, so the phrase was absolutely dire or something like that. And he'd do it, and then someone later on, like 10 minutes later, why is everyone writing absolutely dire in the chat? And of course, I'm just watching say, why is everyone writing Keppa Pig in the chat? It's because there's a bet. So I always just assume that people that have joined late, we basically do a bet. If you want to be the chance of winning the proceeds from that bet, you need to write the phrase Keppa Pig into the live chat. That's why everybody's writing it.
Right, I'm going to nip this in the bud. People keep asking, how was your date, Gonzo?
All right. Cheers.
Hello?
Thanks for asking.
If I did a bet for Gonzo to score, would I have won my bet?
I can't say this stuff, Geo. I cannot. It's too early in the season to make predictions, if you know what I mean. You know, we're in those pre-season friendlies and stuff, and
on the scale of form with like Jared Bowen form, Saeed Benrahma form, where are you in the?
Yeah, I don't really know. I don't really know what to say. I don't really know who's watching or anything. So it's really difficult for me to say anything.
Apologies to Gonzo's mum. Shall we move on?
No. Mum won't be watching. My sister will be watching. It's not that doesn't worry me. Hello, family. No, that doesn't worry me.
Your new date? That means your date's either a West Ham fan, a Chelsea fan, or just into the fact that you do videos. It's one of the three, then.
They are aware of the job. Yeah, put it that way.
Well, if you're watching,
I'll say more on the
first of all, he's not dismissive, so it's quite promising. Second of all, I hope you've liked the video and subscribed to the channel while you're here. Andy says we've got a chance of beating Chelsea. They're all over the place at the minute. Dave said he's a bit less confident seeing Scamacca still ill and Benrahma's not starting, but still anticipates the 3 points. There's quite a confident vibe, I think, with West Ham fans going into this one. Ricky's dad said he thinks Ashby would have been on the bench at least. I've got to assume he's injured, right? He's surely got a knock, otherwise he'd be involved. Bear in mind, Moyes could have sold him for a couple of million, but chose not to. I think it'd be a bit daft to then just not involve him in the next game.
I agree. He's got 6 months, however long, 5 months to prove to the player he's just got a future here, and the only way of doing that is to play him.
I agree, Wayne. Scamacca was training the other day, so was Craig Dawson, but I was expecting him to be on the bench as well, but it appears that he's not quite ready yet. Sure. Thomas says Bowen was going into the games later on against Villa and Spurs. I agree. Second half against Bowen, I thought against Spurs, I thought Bowen was much better, much better.
Yeah.
Thomas thinks Scamacca was a late withdrawal, hence the 8 substitutions. Makes sense, to be fair.
Well, yeah, and you know what? I mean, if I think Antonio looked fit as a fiddle in the last game. I think we can get another 90 minutes out of him. What we obviously we don't want to do is keep doing it, and I don't think we do have to. So maybe it's a case of hold on, let's use Antonio in this one, and then Scamacca can come in and start the next game, and we can give Antonio a full game's rest.
Thomas would like to see the goals starting to flow, while Irish Thomas says difference between Leeds, Southampton and us is they'll get after Chelsea, but we won't. We always play cagey and show too much respect. I saw a stat earlier, and I remember taking a screenshot because I thought, oh, that's a horrendous stat, but I might use it in the build-up. Would you like my horrendous stat?
Please.
West Ham United manager David Moyes has never won in 17 Premier League matches at Chelsea. He's drawn 7 and lost 10. There are just 2 occasions of a manager facing a side more on the road without ever winning. One of them was David Moyes, 18 against Arsenal. And
oh, wonderful.
And the third one was David Moyes, 17 against Liverpool.
Oh, my word.
Come on, it's funny. You can laugh at stuff like that.
Well, I can't, but...
records are there to be broken.
Yeah, I know, but they're all him.
Yeah, but he's a long-serving manager in the Premier League. It's
of course he is. Okay, all right, yeah, fair point.
Give it to me as like a percentage or something. Then
you're right.
I mean?
You're right.
Like it's completely stupid. Like I don't know. I'm trying to think of like Andre Villaboa. He's probably got a horrendous record at various grounds across the Premier League. But he's only been there once or twice. So
sure, you're right. You're absolutely right.
Doesn't count.
No. I get it. I get it. Yeah, I get it. You'd probably find Serena Williams has lost lots of sets of tennis, but she's been playing 20 odd years.
Exactly.
Yeah, I get it.
It's a bit like the Bruno Fernandes thing. He gives the ball away loads. Well, of course he does, but he also creates loads. It's because it's law of averages and whatnot. Jack Boy said he's going to be a patron today. Thank you.
Nice one, Jack Boy. Can I just say something?
Yeah, go for it.
Mark, it's not going to do it, mate. It's nice. Nice to watch a bit of Peppa Pig. But it's Peppa. We'll chuck him in. But yeah, it's got nothing to do with Peppa Pig, really.
Right, let's keep scrolling. There's too much Peppa Pigs. This is why I can't do the phrase when you're absent, because I spam my own chat. It's a struggle to find. I struggle to find them.
Everyone wants some of the money. That's why.
Chaz says he's confident. He doesn't know why, but it will be close, but a win for us. Jack says I hope for a strong first 45. We're good in the second half a lot, but starting poorly.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, we do. Hardy
says Paqueta starting is a right touch. Starlax would like to see Cornet get more minutes. He hasn't got many yet. We do play in the Conference League on Thursday, though, so there's plenty of minutes coming up.
Yeah, him and Scamacca should play in that, hopefully.
Mancunian Hammer says that Antonio was outstanding the other night and would deserve to start even if Skamaka was 100% fit.
I would agree with that. I thought he was absolutely brilliant.
Ruben hopes either Rice or Souček has stayed back. We can't have our lines broken again so easy. Paul is kindly riling you all up to drop a like on the video. 774 are you watching? 841 of you now. Get liking that video by clicking the thumbs up and make sure you subscribe to the channel as well. CHEWHU thinks Bowen will click today too. He was almost there against Tottenham
close,
so many times.
I agree. I think he's close. I think he is close.
Do you know the last 10 minutes of that Tottenham game, you said to me, put a bet on someone to score the next goal. I think I might have opted for Jared Bowen, if I'm honest with you. He was looking, it looked sharp despite it being, in the 90th minute onwards and stuff.
And you know what? We brought in a £50 million player. We should create more chances than we have been. So that there's going to be, hopefully, if he normally gets a couple of chances on goal each game, maybe he gets 3 or 4. So you'd fancy him scoring. Funny enough, I was looking. I don't know why. I was looking. Why was I looking at the Lyon game? Anyway, for some reason, yesterday it was. Just look at how confident he was and threw on goal, and he looked at Bowen, and when he's in, it's not far for him to get to that form, and then he's almost unstoppable. So yeah, looking forward to it.
Ben says we have a goal disallowed in the first half. We're all over them. In the second half, Tuchel boys have a scrap. We score later on to win 1-0. Sounds like a good game, that. That'll get us top billing on match of the day.
Did you see, like when Conte and Tuchel did the handshake, did you see someone sort of made it into a dance?
Yeah, there's
the twist.
Come Dancing song.
Okay,
Twist and shout as well, yeah.
That was good, yeah.
Ricky's dad said after the second half against Spurs, I think we'll be well up for it and all over them today. Evan says he hopes Rice has been fine-tuning his penalty taking. Hope he's not too rattled after last miss. Feel like there's another Chelsea red card in the works today.
Do you think he'd take penalties before you read that? Do you think Rice would take penalties again? Pac-Man's...
Let me get in Paqueta expert. Charlie, did Paqueta take them at Lyon?
I've seen him take penalties. I don't know if he was their regular taker, but I've seen him kick a penalty. Yeah,
that'll do for me.
He does a stutter. He does a stutter, doesn't he? Well,
there you go. Get him on the pen.
He does the Pogba stutter, but without the voodoo magic.
Any links to the game? No, it's not live on TV, unfortunately. But if you were wanting to illegally stream it, which me and Gonzo do not recommend here at Hammers Chat, we think it's a very bad idea and you shouldn't be doing it. However, if you want to do it, that's up to you. Charlie will be along in a little bit where you can point in the direction where you could perhaps find one of the
even
links.
if you didn't want to illegally stream it, for instance, say if you were in Australia, you'd watch it on Optus Sports 2. If you were in Canada, you'd watch it in Fubo Sports Network 8. Caribbean CS Sport, in Hong Kong now Premier League 6, India Star Sports Select 1, Malaysia Astro Super Sport 3, New Zealand Sky Sports 4, Singapore Hub Premier 7, South Africa Super Sport Premier League, and USA Peacock. Did they make that up? I don't know. But anyway, those are the channels that it's on across the world.
Why have you just turned into an interactive TV guide?
Because some people, some people, naughty people, would go and search out and try and find that stuff, but you're not meant to. So there's no way. There's no way that basically, if you're not in New Zealand, you shouldn't be going and searching for Sky Sports 4 in New Zealand. You shouldn't do that. You're not allowed to watch the game and do that.
Anyway, right, live chat. Get your score predictions in. Gonzo, final words from yourself, please. In the preview, you said Chelsea 1, West Ham 3. Are you sticking or are you changing?
I know. I like. Did I say 1-3, 3-1? Yeah. Yeah. I've even done that on my bet. On my super duper bet, supercharged bet.
Okay, is that your final words as well? Is it that?
Oh, sorry, final words. No, I don't know. I've not finished talking yet. No. Look, did someone say Moyes scores the free kick?
Yeah. David Moyes free kick.
I did laugh when we were, doing our chat the other day, and someone said about CHEWHU going and sort of greeting and being nice to. I think it was a ball girl, and I just mirrored that with the contrast of CHEWHU running towards a ball girl and David Moyes running towards a ball girl. I think we thought was quite nice. Mate, we've got to start quick, start with energy. I really do think that the bounce and the uplift that we get from having Paqueta in the team, I think is really good for the team itself. I haven't seen enough of him. I'm guessing he doesn't know how to play backwards. He looked like He wants to pass the ball forward or travel forward all the time. It's his first instinct. I'm not saying he won't pass it sideways, but he'll first of all think, can I pass it forward? And that's got to put us on the front foot more. I cannot wait to see him play, actually. I'm really, really looking forward to watching the game.
Yeah, so am I. I said in the preview 1-1, I'm going to stick with that. I'm inclined to sort of edge towards a West Ham win, but I'm going to stick with 1-1. I think it's a good team from us. We do have options on the bench, limited ones, but we've got some options on there. We need a goal. I'd like to see Benrahma and Cornet on the pitch. We need to see the game out. We've got Bonner.
Sure.
Cornet can play out wide. We've got sort of, I class Conor Conte as a bit of a defensive midfielder. I do. So I think we've got sort of 2 defensive midfielders on there as well. So I think we've got plenty of options on it. Whatever way the game's going, that we need to change it. We do have some. We'd have liked more options. But I think sometimes too many choices can be a bit of a bad thing. I think that was part of Tuchel's problem against Southampton. You can't just making sub after sub, and it was just not working. I think he almost had too much luxury players to pick from. I think he'd been better off just sticking with one formation and using it like that. So yeah, they're there for the taking. I wouldn't be surprised at any outcome from this game. I know that seems a little bit obvious, but if Chelsea won, wouldn't be surprised. West Ham won, also would not be surprised. So I'm going to stick in the middle, set the fence, and I'm going to say 1-1. Yes, Gonzo.
Just because there's a couple of this, it's not being broadcast in England, which is why I said all that. So you would have to find other means of doing so, because it's not available for broadcast in England, basically.
Right then, myself and Gonzo are going to disappear in a second. Before we do, just want to say hello to Charlie Walsh. Hello, Charlie Walsh.
Hello, how are you?
Yeah, we're all right. We discussed this about 35 minutes ago.
We're firm and fruity, both of us, and excited.
Oh, you love to see it. Oh, I'm glad.
But they can't see it. We don't do that. It's not that type of show.
I mean, I can see it, but
did your date see it?
It's talking to you, mate, not me.
Oh, right. I'm sorry.
Talking to me, mate. I can't rock around with a date. Jesus Christ. I've got someone else in the other room.
I see. Listen, I can't disclose this stuff. I'm being very cloak and dagger. Minus the cloak, if you know what I mean.
I think that's cue for me and Gonzo to head off, Charlie. Don't go anywhere. Charlie's here for the duration of the game. I'll be back at halftime for a brief chat with Charlie, and at full time, myself and Gonzo shall return with our review immediately after the full time whistle. Right, me and Gonzo are going to disappear. Make sure you're dropping a like on the video, subscribing if you're new to Hammers Chat, and I'll catch up with you all at halftime. And Charlie, I'll see you at the break.
Thank you, Geo. Thank you, Gonzo. Thank you all for joining. How are we all? I hope you're well. Hope you're firm and fruity as well, or whatever the words were. I don't remember. It's a big game. It's West Ham. It's Chelsea. It's a big situation, and it's one that I can't lie to you. I've got a bit of confidence for. First up, before we go anywhere, hope you are. I'll let you know if you are looking for a way to watch the game, because of course it's a Saturday 3 p.m. kickoff, which means for some reason we just can't watch it in the UK. We're not allowed, which is why I am, of course, in my holiday home in North Idaho with the boy. There he is, helping me out. But if you're looking for a way in the UK to watch it, or anywhere else, there are definitely ways you can do it. If you scroll down into the link in the description below, you'll find something there called Join Our Discord. It's completely free. Hammers Chat, West Ham community. Fans of all clubs are welcome. But more importantly, if you scroll down on the left-hand side, you'll find a bit called Streamlinks, and you'll find what you're looking for. Now, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the least confident possible, 10 being the most confident possible, how confident are you of a West Ham result today? I can't lie to you. I'm feeling relatively confident, more confident than I would usually feel in these sort of situations. There will be in the link in the Discord. They should be there either just before or just after kickoff, about 5 minutes, give or take. And there are other ways as well for you to watch it. And while you're getting those numbers, let's have a look at West Ham team in slightly more detail, mainly because I haven't even had a chance to properly look at it yet. So I kind of want to have a bit of a gander. West Ham lineup as such: Fabianski in goal, Coufal, Zuma, Kehrer, Emerson. Fornals is also there, so it could be a 5, could be 4. But Coufal, Zuma, Kehrer, Emerson, Rice and Souček in a double pivot, Bowen, Paqueta, Fornals, and then Mikel Antonio. Scamacca is still not well enough, unfortunately, to play. Now, like I say, we do have Pablo Fornals here. So it could be that 5 at the back we've seen with Pablo Fornals sort of playing as the wing back, which can change to 4 as we're going. It could be a 4-2-3-1. It could be a 4-3-3. There are a couple of different options of the way we could be playing here. I'm interested to see how we go, and I'm very interested to see where Lucas Paqueta plays, obviously. Substitutions, Areola, Randolph, Ogbonna, Coventry, Downs, Lanzini, Cornet, and Said Benrahma. So less people on the bench than you would want, but it's the way it goes sometimes. As 2-pack once sampled. I was going to give the original name of the artist, but I don't remember. Listen. Wrong as per usual. Is it true you're watching from the new Babybel factory in New Zealand? Like it's on Sky Sports 4 of it, isn't it? Jake, I wish I was. That sounds like a place I would love. There are no Babybels available today. I've literally got back from the shops. I've been drinking an orange juice in hopes that might help, but there are no Babybels available today because I couldn't find any in the flipping shop. So that would be an awful place. That would be a beautiful place, to be. Unfortunately, I am in North Idaho. Let's have a look at some of these numbers. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you, everyone. Good to see you. Right. 5, 8, 8, 10. Love the heart. Yes. Good to see you, by the way. Hope you're well. 5, 7, 7, 8. You're not wrong, Trouty. I would act like I've taken it off, but it's just stayed on there. 7.5, 7, 9, 10. Flipping out. 8, 10. Kera is going to be paramount to how we defend these pacey strikers. That's a great point. It's not like to use pound. 7.5, 8.7, 9, 6. Firm and fruit is a quote from Lord Fleshheart in Black Hat. Oh, my brain. I really struggled to get my brain around that, Mike, as a sentence. My brain, I could not get to grips with it whatsoever. But we got it in the end. One of those shows I've always meant to watch. I've got the DVDs. I've only watched like a couple of episodes. It's poor for me. 7, 7, 7, 100%. You can if you wish to, Schizo. You can if you wish to. Link in the description below would be how I would do that personally. 10, 7, 6. Good to see you. Happy. How are you, my friend? Hope you're well. Hope you're good. 6, 7, 8. 2 1 Country Boys. Love that. Fancy a 5. Fancy a draw. 6. I'm confident, but this is still Chelsea. That's very true. 6. Wino Cornet. I mean, it's interesting. It's interesting to see why he's not starting alongside Benrahma, right? So Benrahma's the big one. Obviously, Benrahma's the big one. Nice. Because you look at it and you say, well, what more can he do physically to get to start? Now, I understand why David Moyes is sticking with Jared Bowen. I do. As much as I disagree with it, and as much as I personally, if Charlie Walsh was the manager, wouldn't go for it. I don't know, Val. I don't know. Some North Idaho, the Holly Home, probably. I'm here often enough. Let's be right about. I understand why David Moyes sticks with Bowen, even though if I personally was in charge, I would be dropping him and giving him a rest. I say dropping him. It's more just like taking him out of the limelight and then putting him on where he can sort of, lots of ranty-tory here in the chat. Not against it. And Stevens just at the Bournemouth L show. You've got to respect it. Well, I hope it all goes well. I hope you have a fun time looking at the planes. But I think he can count himself lucky. Because as much as I don't think he would start, I do understand why Moyes sticks with him. Because the truth of the matter is that realistically, if you're looking for someone, if Moyes is looking at the squad and he's saying to himself, right, who can I really rely on to get a goal? The option is Jared Bowen. Jared Bowen's probably the first person he would put at the top of his list to say he will score a goal for me. I can guarantee he's going to score a goal for me, right? Now, obviously, he's out of form. That's not a guarantee by any stretch of imagination. But from that, I understand why David Moyes keeps him in, because he also has the work rate and everything else. But with Benrahma specifically, and Cornet, I would love to see start. I think we might see him getting a bit more game time as we go. It's one of those ones where it's going to take a while. I think he was bought as a backup anyway. But with Benrahma, he's obviously in lightning form, and I think it's difficult to deny him. I think it's difficult to deny him. And that's the frustrating thing from our point of view, is we finally have him looking like he's in proper good lightning form. He's being super effective. He's done it in different positions, in different formations, 3 at the back in the 10 role, just behind the 2 strikers. He's done it on the left in a 4-2-3-1, in a 4-3-3. He's done it in the 10 position in a 4-2-3-1. He's done it all this season, and he's still not getting the game time. He's still not getting the start, which is frustrating probably from his point of view as much as it is from ours. But I think that's a shame. However, I can't act like I don't look at that and think that's probably our strongest team we could possibly put out. Like I say, form-wise, you would put Ben Rama in there, but 9 times out of 10, you would probably put Bowen ahead of him, for example. So I can't act like that isn't the strongest. It's one of those ones where I think you can look at it several different ways. Scott, my friend, how are you? Incorrect as per usual, but I appreciate it nevertheless. I'm not a fan of Ben Rama, but he can't do any more. Moyes clearly doesn't fancy him. That's kind of the thing, right? That's kind of the thing. Is like even when he's doing it, like you say, he can't do any more. What more is he meant to say? Benny is a game changer. Whether we are up or down in the second half, Benny will improve us. That's a great point, Happy, to be fair. Yeah, and you look at it on the bench, our bench does look better if you have him on there. Now, don't get me wrong, having Bowen on there would be ridiculously strong as well, but ultimately, if you were to bring on one of them at this point in time, it would be Ben Rama. So it's not a bad point, to be fair. It's not a bad point, to be fair. There will be opportunities. It's a shame about Ben Rama, but he'll come on and score. Yeah, and ultimately, once we're playing in Europe, which starts, it's our first game this week. I can't remember. Is it this week? I think our first game is this Thursday. If so, Jesus, I'm very tired. I can't be dealing with it. Then he'll definitely be starting then at least. So we'll see what happens. Lots, match wing roll. Can't be against it too much. Thank you, Jeffrey, again. Very wrong, but I appreciate it. Judas, my trustworthy friend. I hope you're well. I hope you're good. Let's have a look at this Chelsea team, shall we? Because I don't really know what to make of it. I'll be honest with you. I was looking at it as I was typing it in earlier, and I can't. Well, first of all, I don't really know what formation it is. It looks like a 3-5-2-ish. We've got Mendy, Fofana, Thiago Silva, and Koulibaly in defence. We've got Reece James and probably Cucurella as the wing backs, with Gallagher, Loftus-Cheek, and Kovacic in midfield, with Pulisic and Sterling up front. Their subs bench: Kepa, Paqueta, CHEWHU, Chalobah, Jorginho, Mount, Ziyech, Broha, and Kai Havertz, which is an incredibly strong bench and a strong team. You know, it's not the strongest team possible from Chelsea, if we're being honest about it. You know, you're looking at that midfield, specifically Gallagher and Loftus-Cheek. That's definitely weak. That's definitely weaker than you'd expect. You've got Jorginho, you've got Mount on there, you've got Ziyech in there. There's players you probably would have played ahead of those. But the whole talk about Chelsea this week has been that they don't really know what their strongest team is yet, and they're sort of a bit all over the place. This is probably the right time to play Chelsea. That's sort of what I think it is. Kiri as well. That's sort of the way I'm looking at it. Also, Ricky's dad, thank you very much. Thank you very much doing the Lord's work. But I feel like I look at this and I just can't quite. It's because obviously there's names on there that are good. Thiago Silva, very good defender. Koulibaly, very good defender. Not quite done it at Chelsea yet, but I'm pretty sure he will come through with it. Fofana, the same, right? Reece James, brilliant wing back. Cucurella, brilliant wing back. Pulisic, brilliant winger, come forward. Sterling, world class in my opinion. I think he's absolutely brilliant. Like the space that guy finds is insane. It's a strong team. Kovacic, I think, is a really good player, but they're just not. I just look at it and I just think there's something there to be got. I'm not quite sure what. I'm not quite sure how, but I do think there's something there to be got. And I'm interested to see, because this looks like a 3 at the back and ours potentially looks like a 3 at the back. We've shown that we can do it against the 3-back system with Spurs. And if I'm honest, I'm more scared of Spurs than I am of this Chelsea team. So do you know what? I'm feeling kind of confident. That's where I'm coming from. You know? So thank you very much. Fort McMurray, Ian, thank you very much. I appreciate it, bro. I appreciate it. I hope all's going well in the in Canada. It's Canada. I think it's Canada. Have I remembered, Ian? Am I an idiot? Probably. I mean, for more reasons than just that, if we're being brutally honest, but still. But those are the two lineups. I'll put the bench up while I ask you this question. Let's play a bit of sub. Bingo. It's the game, of course, where we predict when David Moyes will make his first substitution. You don't have to put the name in. Only the number counts. Not that we have any way of keeping track of this. I keep meaning to figure out a way, but to be honest with you, I get distracted and it's difficult. But let's play a bit of it. There's the bench going along the bottom of the screen. I'm going to go 69 minutes as per usual, and I will roll up with a Ben Rama for... I'll go Ben Rama for... I don't know. I honestly don't know. I'm going to say Ben Rama for Paqueta. Don't want it to be, but I reckon it'll be that. My G. Steve, how are you, sir? Hope you're well. If you guys, listen, you lot, it's a big day for wrestling. I'm just going to, a brief side note, right? Now, I was going to do a watch along on my wrestling channel, A Top Mark, today for WWE Clash of the Castle, which is happening straight after this. But unfortunately, I can't do it because my girlfriend's very ill, basically. So I've got to look after her. I can only do one watch along, so it's got to be this one, right? But if you're looking for ways to keep up to date with what's going on, if you're looking for a solid review, if you're looking for just wrestling videos in general, my man Steve out here doing bits. I checked out his channel this week, and I'll tell you what, my man's doing his thing. I would recommend you all having a look. But I hope you're well, bro. Hope you're having a good day. Hope you're looking forward to it. You're not there. I'm not there. Let's watch West Ham and hopefully get into a good mood with a win going into Drew McIntyre. I've convinced myself McIntyre's winning. Let's have a look at some of his bin goes. Half time, 64 minutes, 54. The name's Kaladu reminds me of that moany grumpy kid called, I don't know who that is, Belcar. I wish I did. 60, Benny, 45 minutes sub, Ben Rama on. Oh, Suburban, love that. Paqueta, yeah, I think it's going to be Paqueta. Halftime sub, 57 or 60, of course. 65, Cornet for Bowen. 62 minutes, Bowen for 4 nows. I like the Hammers baby bell, but what about some West Ham from West Ham? Listen, Nick, yes. Mulch might, who I don't know if Mulch is in here yet, but Mulch was the person who made it. And he did a bang up job with those baby bells. To be fair, I didn't use anything. Mulch just sent it to me one day, and I was like, bloody hell, this is incredible. Can I use this? This is perfection. The baby bells, everything is perfect. But I feel like the longer our boy rub his head for luck. The longer our boy is here, I do feel like the Rumham could potentially take over the baby bell situation, although for luck, obviously, it's baby bells or oranges, I guess. First up, 55 minutes, Ben Rama for 4 nows, 58 minutes, Benny for Bowen if his form is off. Yeah, for some reason, I've just convinced myself that Bowen's not going to come off, and I don't know why. That makes sense. That's the obvious one. Maybe Cornet even for him, but Cornet will probably be an 80th minute sub. But I don't know. We've had the best 2 seasons under Moyes, and if you think that was great, then brace yourself with the signings we've made. It's going to get so much better. We are massive over land and sea. That's what I love to see, Lee. Come on. Come on. Love it. Yes. Do I agree with it? I'm not sure, but I'm loving the vibes, and that's the kind of positivity I'm trying to get into, Lee. That's the kind of positivity I'm trying to take with me forward on this journey. I'm feeling confident. We got Paqueta. I can't complain. Paqueta will be first subbed off unless it's an injury sub. That's what I'm thinking. 60th minute, Benny for 4 nows, Cornet for Bowen. 60th minute, hey Charlie, hope we win today, says Henry. Henry, how are you? Hope you're well. And so do I. 65 minutes before you see Benny. That's probably fair. 65 minutes. The Baby Bell TV show full of self-important, basically a 4-year-old Andrew Tate. No, the Baby Bell TV, the baby TV show. Sorry, my brain read. I saw the word baby and instantly went straight into Bell. I still don't know what it is, and now I understand why, because it's that. Although I did for some reason this week see Bluey, which is a whole separate issue that we could get into. But I did for some reason this week see Bluey for the first time. My girlfriend, we were bored, we were eating pizza, we were scrolling through Disney Plus. We saw it. She went, "That's that show everyone goes on about. It's a children's show." I said, "What is it?" We watched an episode. Don't. A Top Mark is my wrestling channel. I also have another channel called A Top Lad, which is just random stuff that I never upload on, but I am currently making a video for that. If you're into TV in the United Kingdom specifically, it's a very niche video, and it will get no views. But it's going up. But my wrestling channel is A Top Mark. Subscribe, because I'm actually doing stuff on there now. Just annoyingly, I've had to stop today because obviously illnesses. 72 minutes Paqueta, 2 goals before 60 minutes. Oh, love that cow. Love that. Love that. Oggy for Emerson is 60. Do you know what? That's not actually a bad shout. Bringing on Ogbonna. Bringing on Ogbonna for Emerson, maybe. Yeah, that's not a bad shout. That's not a bad shout at all, to be fair. 65 minutes for Ben Rama for 4 hours. 2 minutes Randolph. Stress, Richard. Stress as per usual. Bench looking a little weak, to be honest. It's looking weak, but it's still not that bad. Lanzini, Cornet, Ben Rama. You've got 2 midfielders in there and commentary down to who I would like to see. It's not the worst, but it's not the strongest either. That's what I'm saying. We're going to go into it. And then I'm saying Drew's happening. It's happening. Drew's winning. I've convinced myself. I watched that interview Triple H did with Ariel Helwani yesterday. And I convinced myself watching that. The entire time I was just like, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Tasman, thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate you for the dono for a start. And secondly, like I said, A top mark. Subscribe. Hey, get involved. Why not? But thank you very much, Tasman. While I type in Tasman into the dono bar at the top, I'll ask you all for a score prediction, because we're 5 minutes away from kickoff. We're 5 minutes away from kickoff of a big old match in the Premier League. It's West Ham United versus Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. A large opportunity for West Ham to get a big win. Finally, it's been an awkward season so far, but we've got a really good opportunity. Thank you very much, Tasman. I really do appreciate it. We've got a really good opportunity here to get a win, to get a dub, to get some points on the board. Listen, a draw I would be happy with. I'd be more than happy with a draw at this point. If you say to me, you get a draw today, I'll take it. But I can't act like I don't think there is something to be got out from this game. When I look at those two teams, I look at how we played against Spurs. I look at how Chelsea have been at the moment. I can't act like I don't think there isn't an opportunity to get something from this game. But with a couple of minutes left, do let me know what your score predictions are. If you are looking for a way to watch the game, because of course it's a Saturday 3 p.m. kickoff, which means it's not available in the United Kingdom for some reason. Don't know what it is. I do know what it is. I just disagree with it. But for some reason, it's not available in the United Kingdom. So if you are looking for a way to watch it, then I would highly recommend looking in the description below for a bit called Join Our Discord. Completely free, Hammers Chat, West Ham community, fans of all clubs welcome. But more importantly, if you scroll down on the left-hand side, there's a bit there called Stream Links, in which you'll find what you're looking for. And hey, while you're down there, why not subscribe to the channel? We're doing really well at the moment, like really, really well. We've flown past, I think we've flown past 27,000 subscribers, and it's going really strongly. Our goal this season, by the end of the season, is to try and see if we can get to 35k to get to the old Upton Park number. We don't know if we'll make it. That's the aim. That's what we're going for. That's the big swing we're making. So if you haven't already subscribed, because we were the only West Ham channel last year to do a watch along for every single game, every single West Ham game, we had a watch along. So if you're looking for a way to keep up with the club, to keep up with the games, then hey, subscribe, hit that bell notification so that's out future stuff, because we do stuff all throughout the week. We video every single day. We're on it. We're on it like a carb on it, non-stop. And remember to watch throughout the entire game. Halftime, Geo will come back. We'll have a discussion. Full time, Geo Gonzo will have their full match review. And like the video as well, because we again, I say 300 is the goal, but this is the third game in a row where we have flown past 300 before the game's even kicked off. We're at 326 right now, which is an insane figure. So I'm going to say it again. Let's head for 5. Let's go for 5. Let's take a big swing. Will we make it? I don't know, but we've done so in the last 2 games, and somehow we've hit 300 already. So we'll see what happens, right? We'll see what happens. But just as we go through, thank you for coming, everyone. I appreciate it. If you're only here for the build-up bit, I appreciate it. But I will be live throughout. So why not get involved? Stick around in chat. We'll all discuss it. I hope not, mice. I hope not. Let's have a look at some of these score predictions. Well, I'll try and decide what mine is. Thank you. But you didn't have to say it, but thank you. Because I can't quite decide what mine is yet. I'm flipping between two. I'm flipping between a 2-1 West Ham win and a 1-1. So let's have a look at some of these, and I'll probably get too overexcited as we go. 2-1, 2-1, 1-1. 2-1, 3-1, 2-2, 2-1. Francis 3-1, 3-0 West Ham 2-2. 3-1 going for an Antonio hat trick. Chris, yes. Judas 3-1. Bowen and Paqueta 2-1, 2-1, 3-1. Paqueta hat trick. Yes, Jake. Let's go. 2-0. 2-1 West Ham, 4-0 San Antonio, 3-2 West Ham. Ooh, 3-1, 2-2. Let's go Hammers. Yank, we'd love to see it. Welcome, by the way. 2-2, 2-1, 4-1, 4. A double 4-1. Flipping heck. Kevin, I'm well, thank you, sir. I hope you're well. Hope you're good. Skamaka still isn't well enough to play, unfortunately, which sucks, but illnesses happen. At least it's not a big, bad injury. What's up, Leonardo? Hope you're well. Hope you're having a grand old time. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a good day. 2-2, 2-2. I know it's going wild. We're running wild right now. Mate, Davina Shackleton. Listen, tough start to the year, you know, all that stuff with Aspinall, both of them. She had those struggles, but someone who was really kind-hearted, she really helped. The name's left me. Oh, I'm such a fake fan. Carla, come out of herself. Do you know what? Big place. 2-1, 7-1, 1-1, 2-1 West Ham. Stu, good to see if you need lead content. Trust me, the disabled team put out big plays. 2-2, California Dreaming. What a song, by the way. 4-3, 2-1, 2-1. Scroll. 1-1, Sterling to score. Bowen equalizer. 3-1, 2-1, 3-1, 2-0. Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to kick off. Remember, we have the timer up here. So if you're looking for a way to keep up, if you're wondering how far behind you I am, which probably will be the case today, because again, it is not available in the UK due to it being a Saturday 3 p.m. kickoff. It's the dumbest rule. And all it does is serve to harm the fans. But that's where we're at in life. So if you are looking for a way to watch the game, like I said, one more time, we're feeling not patreon.com/hamset, although that is so you should check out. Link in the description below to both that and the Discord where you'll find the links. But patreon.com/hammerchat is something, just check it out anyway. Just check it out, It's worth it, in my opinion. It's worth it. It's very worth it. Right, I'm just trying to find a TV station here in North Idaho that is working consistently. Let's say, let's go with that as the words that I'm using. Did I see Hammers Fans United were in here? So Stu, I saw Stu Adam. It's Titch if you're here. I don't know if you're here. Titch if you're here. All right, bro. Hope you're well. Hope you're having a good day. If you're not here, I say it anyway. Hope you're having a good day. Subscribe to Hammers Fans United. You know what I mean? He's a good lad. He's a very good lad. Lucas Paqueta starting. I'm just excited. I can see Lucas Paqueta and I want him in my life. I feel the moment Paqueta scores, it's going to pop off. It is going to pop the flip off. Yeah, it's dumb. I understand why they did it back then. They didn't really understand. Also, I see Lawrence being added somewhere. Lawrence, I think I might have even clicked on your comment, Lawrence. I saw your face. Lawrence, good to see you. I understand why the rule exists from back then. 100% do. We have actually kicked off. Annoyingly. Come on, you Irons. Come on, you Irons. Big plays. Deploy the boys. Time to run two things. All that good stuff. I found one that's working. We've kicked off. Big plays is happening. We're getting the dub, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, you Irons. Spam it in chat. Let's go. Come on. Vibes. I've now found one. We're here. We're working. We're rocking. We're rolling. That was annoying. But yeah, I understand why the blackout rule exists. I get it especially for back then, before they really understood like what football and television would be and all that other sort of stuff. And when going to games was, especially with the Premier League, more important and all that sort of stuff. I understand all of that. I do. But I'll be honest with you, now in this day and age, I think it's incredibly stupid and I don't think it's something that should exist. But that's the way it goes. Yeah, exactly. It's the ticket prices. It's the tickets, right? I understand it fully. I just think it's dumb. I said my thing was working and then it instantly stopped working. So going very well for me today. Love that. Look at that. Yes, let's get some confidence chat. I'm at a birthday party listening. Well, Tom, I'm going to say happy birthday to whoever it is. In fact, Tom, happy birthday to you, mate. I don't know if it's your birthday. It probably isn't. I think you'd say I was at my birthday party or as opposed to at a birthday party. Either way, whatever your birthday is, mate, happy birthday. Maybe have a good day. Hope you have a good day today anyway. You know what I mean? I'm not a birthday party person, so I can respect it. I'd just sit in the corner and watch this if I could. Not this specifically, but, you know. Good time coming for West Ham. I used to speak about this with my work colleagues years ago. My Spurs fans said we'd be relegated. Yeah, Avram Grant days. I remember very annoyingly, I had a friend of mine in my old work who didn't have a football team. He loved football, but didn't have a specific team he supported. And so me and my Arsenal supporting other co-worker bullied him into supporting Spurs. And this was back when Spurs weren't very good. This was Bale was there. So obviously they were good in that sense, but that was really all they had going for them. And then obviously since then they've got quite good, and it's kind of annoying. It's kind of annoying. I can't lie. Because I'm like, you know, now he messages me and he's like, oh, we're doing well. And I'm like, how about you get in the bin? Is how I would describe it. Come on, work. Yeah, trust me, I'm looking Taz. The second, if I see one, I'll let you know. The game isn't on in the UK, unfortunately. It's on in a bunch of different places. In the America, it's on in Peacock. Here in North Idaho, it's on Peacock. But yeah. Fun fact, I did actually try Irons J. I did actually try. It went very badly for me, but I did actually give it a shot. And I might try again one day. There are sort of arms underneath it, but obviously they're stuck to it and are very small. But yeah, I did actually try once. Unfortunately, I say unfortunately, it just is what it is. That's the way we are. Right, I can change the time and I've got something. 30 past, link 4 people. 48, because I'll probably be back correct when I'm done. He's mistimed the click. Oh, bro, this is bad. Do you know what? This is what we're going to do. There we go. We're in time now. Chelsea passing the ball around at the back. I'm interested again, like I say. So the things I'm interested to see. One, how Chelsea line up. I do think it is a 3-5-2 with Sterling and Pulisic as the sort of front men. I'm interested to see if we're playing 3 at the back. And the way to tell that is basically how far Pablo Fornals is going to be back. So he's wide on the left-hand side right now. Chelsea are passing the ball around inside their own half. I want to see that pressure we saw from against Tottenham. We're doing it. We've activated. Chelsea passing it around under a little bit of pressure. Good work from Jared Bowen there. Antonio didn't go for it, and yet for some reason, don't know why, but everyone else did, so we'll take that. But they're passing it around now, Chelsea, and I want to see how far wide Fornals is. I'm looking at it now. He's very wide on the left and very deep. I'm willing to say at this point it's probably a 3 at the back system with Pablo Fornals. I think that's the way we've gone. Similar to how we did with Spurs, basically, and similar to how we did with Aston Villa to an extent as well. But Cucurella on the ball down the left-hand side, trying to find a bit of space forward. Weird seeing him in a Chelsea shirt still. It doesn't feel weird. It doesn't feel right to me. A bit like Fofana as well. I still feel a little bit weird seeing him in a Chelsea shirt. Sterling trying to flick his way forward into the path of Pulisic. Can't quite do it. A bit of argy-bargy, and West Ham come away with the ball. Paqueta completely scythed down there. It's a strong challenge, a robust challenge from Chelsea. Conor Gallagher just running straight into a dead end. But they still managed to keep the ball after forced backwards, though. They're doing better than Spurs were in terms of progressing the ball forward, but they're not super effective without it. But they're just getting the ball forward. It was a nice cross there by Cucurella, deflected, and it goes out for a throw. It's one of those ones where you look at it and you say they're doing better than Spurs were in these early stages in getting the ball actually out of that press. We really pressured them, but they have better players in that sense than Spurs do, right? So you would expect that to some extent. It's the midfield where I would be a bit confused. bit concerned if I was a Chelsea fan. Loftus-Cheek, they're playing it into Conor Gallagher, out wide to Reece James on the right-hand side. They're trying again to find that space. Oh, that's a nice little flick around the back. Reece James, though, deflected. Crossed by Declan Rice is going to be a corner to Chelsea. It wasn't a bad play. It wasn't bad play whatsoever. To try and get that ball down that right-hand side, they found a bit of space. Emerson and Fornals stepped forward, both at the same time, both into the same place, and gave what's his name, Reece James, the space to get in and cross. But we're defending the central areas pretty well so far, as you would expect from us, as the way we can do it. It is not on TV, unfortunately. It is not on TV, unfortunately. Saturday, 3 p.m. kickoffs never are. Whips into the box, headed away, good header away. That might be Lucas Paqueta. Thank her and say that I will try myself and probably fail, but I'll give it my best. I'll give it my best. Still need convincing about Emerson. Hopefully he does well against his old club. Yeah, my stance on him is probably, as Chelsea pass it round the back, is probably that I think he'll be fine. I think he'll be an okay player for us. I don't think he's going to be bad. I don't think he'll be outstanding. I think he'll be all right. By the way, if you are looking for links in the Discord, do let me know when they get posted so everyone in the chat knows as well. I think he'll be fine for us. You know, Reece James doing well. Pablo Fornals just tracing him pretty effectively there, forcing him to pass it back. Loftus-Cheek back out to Reece James. He's now got Paqueta and Fornals on him. Forces an awkward pass. Thomas Souček intercepts and then wins a free kick. Good work. Good work. We'll take that. We'll take that. Loftus-Cheek picks up a yellow card for, quite frankly, a rough challenge on Thomas Souček. But it was well done. Souček gets in there with the interception after the good pressing from Paqueta and Fornals. And then Loftus-Cheek diving in sillily. Didn't really need to be honest with you. The pass from Souček wasn't great, but there you go. Picks up a yellow for his troubles. Picks up a yellow for his troubles. Can't remember what I was saying. Emerson. Yeah, I think he'll be fine. I think he'll be fine. I really liked him at Roma. And then since Chelsea's just flattered to deceive. There's a player in there. Like I say, when I saw him at Roma, he was really good. So there is definitely a player in there. It's just about, will we see it and will we see it consistently? Do I think right now, this second, he's an upgrade on Aaron Cresswell? Maybe. And that's sort of where we're at. We'll see. Oh, is it always in Peacock, Luke? Thank you. Okay, fair. Thank you. We'll see a ball forward. Mikel Antonio picks it up. Referee brings it back. That's frustrating. I don't think it was a foul there. Mikel Antonio sort of saying to the ref as well, sort of making him aware. It was a big ball upfield by Emerson. That is something he can do. He does have that. And Mikel Antonio picked up the ball, but I don't know who that was who went flying. I think, was it Fofana? Someone went flying to the floor. It was a foul. The second camera angle was poor. I didn't really see the foul originally. I didn't think it was a foul, but there we go. What can you do? Only time will tell with Emerson. Good interception from Sufal, but it lands straight back at the feet of the Chelsea player who whips it into the box dangerously, and Kurt Zouma hooks it away well. That's good defender from Kurt Zouma, and Sufal ends up just punting it clear. Antonio almost getting on the end of it, but it was well defended by Thiago Silva. But Jesus Christ, that was a really nice ball by, I think it was Pulisic. Chelsea got in around the back, down the left-hand side. Well, they whipped this vicious cross into the box, and there was a lot of pressure on. And Kurt Zouma does really well just to hook his foot around it and get it away. The other thing, now I'm looking at it. Am I right in saying that? Yeah, the other thing now I'm looking at it that's making me think it is definitely a 3 as well, which it definitely is, by the way. Fornals is so deep and so wide on that left-hand side that it's definitely a 3 at the back, with Fornals playing left wing back. But the other thing that's making me think that is Kehrer is playing right centre back and Zouma's playing left. And when we changed to 4 at the back previously, those two swapped around. So Kehrer was playing right centre back and Zouma's left centre back in the back 3. And then when we changed to 4, they switched around and Kehrer went to left centre back. So the fact that Zouma's playing at the centre now and Kehrer on the right does make me think that it is actually 3 at the back. Well, here we go again. Well, you know, Pardew, listen. Zouma gets it away again. Good work. Okay, Mark, good to see you, my friend. Any stream links? There might be on our Discord. Let me check. I don't know if there is any yet. If so, if not, free pass. But you know, you didn't hear that from me. Also, in general, game right. Good work on the channel, bro. I've watched a lot of your videos, so you've helped me many a time. So good work. Just thought I'd let you know where you're here. But yeah, free pass, VIP box. VIP is probably the way I should have pronounced it. I went with VIP. It's fine, you know. We move. Anyway, Chelsea corner yet again. They've been on right in control of this game. They're whipping it in. Head away from Declan Rice. You'd love to see it. We've got a few Chelsea players now to come to think of it. Him, Zuma, Emerson. We got a few. I'm interested again. I don't mind them having as much possession as they have, even though they are completely and utterly in control of possession right now. I think I just saw 70-30% is the stat right now. I'm okay with doing that as long as our counter-attacking is effective and as long as our sort of counter-pressing is okay. Mikel Antonio's not even looking at the ball right now, which is frustrating because it's relatively close to him. Instead, he was sort of shouting at Bowie. He's sort of, I mean, to be fair, a bit of leadership. I'm not against it. Do you know what I mean? I'm not against it. He was sort of shouting at Bowen or maybe receiving instructions from Moyes. I'm not sure. Then turned around and said something to Paqueta. We've sort of got this three up front when it comes to the pressing section. So when Chelsea are passing around the back like they are now, we're pressing all right again, forcing them all the way back to Mendy. Yes, force it long. Force it long. Sterling and Pulisic aren't going to win headers. Just make them force it long. That's fine with me today. Sometimes it frustrates me when we just trying to make them kick it long and give it back to us, especially against teams who are relatively good at that. Chelsea aren't that great at it. Just push them, press them. We're doing really well right now. Souček getting involved in the press. Chelsea are passing it around at leisure. Yes, they're flopping. They're flopping. Antonio, come on. Let's go. Fofana, that's a nice ball out, but Declan Rice gets the interception. Yes, we've just hooked it back towards him, sort of aimlessly, and Mendy's going to be able to catch it. But I like that. A little bit of pressure, a little bit of pressing. We'll take that all day. Mark, you're a Chelsea fan. Also, if you're not a Chelsea fan, whoever the Chelsea fan is in chat, welcome. Hope you're well. Good luck for the rest of the season. Bad luck for today, obviously, but good luck for the rest of the season. Got a couple right here, baby. Chelsea trying a big old switch to Cucurella. Can't quite find it. It goes out for a West Ham throw. We will take that all day. 15 minutes into the game. Like I say, it has been Chelsea trying to find a way to break us down. But I'll be honest with you, not being successful at it at all. They're trying to find spaces. They're finding it down the wings, but that's exactly what the system is designed to do. It's designed to give them space down the wings. It's designed to give teams space down the wing. That's kind of okay with me, although their crosses have been better than we usually see, and they have seen a little bit of success getting in behind the back of the fullbacks. But we'll take it. Paqueta with Fowler. One of the things I like about Paqueta so far is just the work rate he's shown. Again, I'm a huge Paqueta fanboy. For at least the next 2 months, I'm going to refuse to admit he does anything wrong at all. He's beautiful and perfect, and I wouldn't change a thing. But I do like his work rate. He's, like I said before on the show the other night, he's not one of these sort of skillful, tricky players that waits for the ball to come to them and then does stuff. No, he actively seeks it out. He actively seeks out the ball. He presses. He works hard. And that's something I really, really like, and something I think will make him fit in this team more than other players would. You know, the comparison has been on Twitter a lot of the time to Dimitri Payet, which, you know, is what it is. That's fair enough. We understand that he's probably the best player I've ever seen play in a West Ham shirt. So I understand why that comparison comes in. Tricky player who's capable of scoring a lot of goals, is capable of doing a lot of different things. That makes sense. But I think realistically, when you look at the way he plays, he's a lot more hardworking than Payet. Payet would wait for the ball to come to him and then would change the game. Lucas Paqueta will not wait. He will try and change the game. And this is his first few games, so he'll be trying as hard as you'll ever see him try now because he's got to try and make an impact. Good tackle by Emerson. It's offside in the end by Chelsea, but it was a good tackle by Emerson. However, that is something I do really like about him. Something I think Moyes will enjoy about him is he will work for the team. He will work hard for the team. And when we're in a situation like today where we are, some would call it defensive, others would call it playing on the counter. However you want to word it, when we're very deep like we are right now and Chelsea are very much in control and making it an issue for us, he will be very happy to get in and get stuck in that sort of work. And that's the important thing. Good control by Mikel Antonio. Down to Lucas Paqueta, plays it through nicely to Jarrod Bowen. Paqueta's getting into the box after he followed up well, but Jarrod Bowen couldn't quite find him on the cross. Couldn't quite get in there. Late short from Emerson to Rice. It's good work there, almost. Paqueta laid it off with a nice through ball to Jarrod Bowen. Antonio went down, but he carried on with the run in there, and Jarrod Bowen almost managed to find it. Oh, Emerson! Nice little run. The cross at the end didn't quite work out, but Emerson just taking the ball past 2 or 3 Chelsea players there. Not in a complex Brazilian manner, as you may expect from someone called Emerson Palmieri, but no, he more just dribbling in a straight line fashion, but he took it past him, and that's the important point. Am I really staying up till 2 a.m. to watch Moy defend? It looks like you are, Cam. It looks like you are. I'm sorry. Work rate makes a difference. It does. It makes a huge difference. Don't get me wrong. I'm huge into a player who will just wait for the ball and once they get it. Payet, like I said, I really did love Payet. I think the best player I've ever seen at West Ham. Right? The best player I've ever seen at West Ham. But you wouldn't see him working in this team. That's the big difference. But he's stepping up a little bit. He's certainly stepping up. It doesn't seem to be the exact Bowen we've seen over the last few weeks. It definitely seems like there's something a bit more to him. He's working hard, and not to say he hasn't worked hard in the last couple of games. He has, but it's been all for nothing. It hasn't really felt like he was being effective in any way, be it pressing, be it defending, be it attacking. It just didn't feel like it was happening. Today, he's looking a little bit more like it. He's looking a little bit more lively, and that's a nice ball there. To Fornals, who tried to just slot it through for Mikel Antonio. It was a nice idea if it paid off, and it would have been beautiful, but it didn't quite work out. Cucurella looking for that long ball to Raheem Sterling. Vladimir Soufal does very well there. Very well. Good work. It's going to be a corner, but it was good defensive work there by Soufal, who just sort of holds off Raheem Sterling. I couldn't tell whether it was a corner or not. My TV skipped. So there's that. Chelsea to play the corner in. It's whipped in from Conor Gallagher, headed away awkwardly, not quite further away, but Declan Rice picks up the ball right by the left corner flag and just strides out possession with it. Plays it. Conor Gallagher getting the press on. He played it to Kero, which was probably the right option in terms of distance, and also, if we're being honest, in terms of just someone who can actually pass the ball as well. Vince Football Chat, hello, good to see you, my friend. Hope you're well. Hope you're good. I don't think this is him parking the bus, though, Chris. I mean, it is in a sense. Again, I am far from someone who's going to defend David Moyes, but this is sort of how he plays every game, so it's not really much different, if I'm being honest. I think I've seen him play like 4 matches differently from this. Every single other match has been this exact same system. Anyway, yeah, we'll see. I don't think I wouldn't quite describe it as parking the bus. Not yet, anyway. Chelsea just passing the ball around at the back at the moment, trying to find a way forward. And to be honest with you, not having an answer. We keep it strong. We keep it solid at the back. We come through. We compact ourselves. And in general, that sort of works, right? Chelsea are trying to find their way forward. Here you go, Tom. So basically, Chelsea are in complete control of the game, but they're not doing anything with it. They're not really very dangerous. They're not looking concerning in any way, shape, or form, if we're being honest about it. Chelsea are passing the ball around and they're having all of the possession, but realistically, they're not really doing anything with it. They're passing back and forth and sort of going around like that, back and forth in the sort of U shape, the horseshoe shape, trying to find space forward. But the only place they're really finding space is the wide areas, which is fine. Like if you're a team who want to play to the wide areas like we are, then that's okay. And don't get me wrong, they found some good space in the wide areas. There's been a couple of times where, they found a nice pass down the left wing. Specifically, it's been one down the right, all good ball in from Chelsea, but again, just way over everyone. Where they found a bit of space in behind players they usually wouldn't, your Soufals, your Fornals, your Emersons, whatever. But they're going to cross the ball into the head of Pulisic and Sterling. Like, if from a West Ham perspective, that's going to keep you calm. And that's kind of what's happening here. They might be in complete control of the ball in terms of possession, but realistically, be in control of the ball for possession if you really want it. It's not gonna affect us. Do you know what I mean? If the outcome of that is just crossing the ball in, it's fine. So that's sort of where we're at right now. They are very much in control of the game. They are on top, but realistically, they're on top in a very limited fashion, in a very specific way. Oh, they're looking over the top. It's Kehrer gets his head onto it. Sterling trying to get into the back of it. Kehrer nods it on, and West Ham managed to defend it. It's going to be a goal kick. That's the sort of space they want to get the ball with Sterling. Sterling is dangerous in his movement. Sterling wants the ball on his feet in and around the box, right? He's got incredible movement, incredible awareness when it comes to just finding space. My man can just find it where there is none. Having said that, there's none today and he's struggling to do it. But that's a better place for to try and find space. But again, it's a chipped through ball in round the back. It's not really, if we're being honest, going to concern. It's not really going to concern West Ham too much, that kind of idea. Because unless it's unreal, then it's not going to happen. Yeah, we'll say, by the way, chill the spam. It's frustrating, but it is what it is. Chelsea again in control of the ball, just passing it back and forth. It's not the most dynamic performance you've ever seen from West Ham, but it's not a bad performance either. By the way, if you are looking for ways to watch the game, there is officially ways you can watch it. I'm currently trying to do the same thing right now, so. Whipped in, headed away from Declan Rice. Oh! Chelsea attacking down the right-hand side. Reece James does really well to take the ball past Fornals, and again, it's just played into that area Flipping it again. It's they're playing it into that box right now. You want the pullback like Chelsea have just done there. It's a dangerous effort. Reece James does really well. Beats Fornals, pulls it into just a really dangerous area, and Kara just sort of swings his leg at it, clicks it away. It lands to the feet of I think Pulisic, who takes a snapshot back and it dribbles wide, but not comfortable by any stretch of imagination. Not comfortable. Going to be a corner to Chelsea. Gallagher steps up, whips it in. Header over. Is it going to be another corner? It's another corner. It's another corner. Yeah, it's a difficult day. It's a difficult day. There are. I can say there are ones in the Discord that are working. I'll say that much, but it is a difficult day. Tuchel will get sacked either this season or next one. How can a top team be top players play a 3-5-2? I just don't get it. I mean, yes, Mr. Pardew. I would say this. Conte's Chelsea won the league, obviously playing a 3-4-3, which is a bit different, but it's I still have faith in us, despite this performance being very Chelsea so far, and us just sort of dealing with it. I do still have faith in us. Because I'm looking at this Chelsea team and I'm like, is this what you've got? Now, they could change things up, bring on Havertz, who's deceptively good in the air, for example. There's a couple of different things they could do, bro. But at this point, there's been one shot in the game and it wasn't on target and it was Chelsea's. You know what I mean? It's not the best game you've ever seen. Yeah, I think the thing is with Pablo Fornals is playing this position is there's lots of reasons for it, why it works, but I'm not sure, Finn. Have a look at who scored. I haven't got it open today. But when you're in a 1v1 defending situation, he's going to get smoked, and he did there. He does well there to get forward and plays it across the box, and I couldn't quite find it. Again, when we get forward into his position, we just feel a little bit stretched. Just a little bit stretched. And Chelsea's defenders aren't stepping out so far as to be able to be hit super effectively on the counter. The three get back quick enough to be able to stop it. And to be fair, they've not got slow defenders. When you look at the three they've got, none of them are that slow in comparison to the other defenders. Compared to wingers, obviously they're slow, but you know what I mean. Chelsea passing it around again in midfield. Their defenders have got forward this time. Again, we just need to be a bit more direct when it happens. Yeah, James is. I mean, I wouldn't say ineffective or non-existent because I think that denotes that something he's done wrong. He's very much, I don't know how he's managed to understand the instructions because he doesn't speak English, but he's very much understood it. And today's formation is right now, at least, a 5-4-1, really. And you're looking at you're looking at it being a sort of two. Oh, that's a nice turn. Kovacic does well, lays it short. Oh, maybe. Oh, it was Kovacic who took a shot. I couldn't tell who it was who took a shot. I think it was Kovacic who was driving inwards, but it was Kovacic who gets a shot. It was nice driving run by, I'm going to take a guess and say Pulisic. Gets into a decent central position, plays it to Kovacic back a little bit. It would have taken a lot for him to score from that sort of range. It's not a bad drive. But a second shot of the game, ladies and gentlemen, get excited. But yeah, like I said, it's not one of those ones where he's playing, it's going, Woody. I wouldn't say anything's happening, but it's going. But yeah, I think there's I think it's nothing to do with him. It's not like his fault. It would be easy to say that he's not being effective or he's being non-existent going forward. He's non-existent, but that's the system where we're playing. He's sort of very, very deep. We're playing almost a 3 up front. We're sort of playing a 3 almost with him, Antonio, and Bowen, but he's constantly very deep. And his work rate is super effective, but it's the exact same as it would be if you're having Fornals in that position. It's the position, it's the tactics fault as opposed to the players, if that makes sense. It's going to be a throw into Chelsea down the left-hand side. They take it quickly and go backwards. What's missing for me today a little bit in these positions is I really wished our press would be a bit better. It's not been great. I think mainly because David Moyes probably knows Antonio with a nice turn, lays it back to Souček, dinks it forward. It's a nice idea. Declan Rice is never going to get there. Oh, he does. Oh, he does, and he manages to keep it in. Fair play, Declan Rice. I didn't think it was possible. But Fofana wins, and then Rice gives away a free kick. Oh, no, it's a throw-in. I thought it was a free kick. It's the same thing that people would say about the Paqueta thing. It's the same thing people would say about Fornals when he's playing in this position in the team. Doesn't get forward, isn't effective going forward, is non-existent going forward. It's the exact same thing. It's the positional play, right? Just had the commentator saying Moyes would be happy with this so far. I mean, we haven't had a shot, so I don't know about that. Random edits. I am definitely not watching it here. Definitely not watching it here. The idea, would David Moyes be happy with this so far? He probably would. I mean, Chelsea are playing the ball around. Cucurella finds Sterling centrally. He tries to dribble his way in, and if there's one person he can, he plays around the back for Pulisic. It's good tackle in the end by CHEWHU. Very good tackle in the end. Clean as you like. Clean as you like. There was a moment there where it looked like they were going through. Sterling found a bit of space, picked up the ball on the inside, dribbled past a couple, found a little bit of space, played a really nice ball through to Pulisic, who getting in behind, but CHEWHU makes a good stop right at the end. Oh, my finger's done. Yeah, Scamacca's still ill. Corner comes to nothing for Chelsea, and West Ham tried to charge away with Fornals. Cucurella fouls him. And now he's screaming at the referee after Jared Bowen pushed him over. Cucurella is not happy. Thiago Silva's come to plead his case. Cucurella fouled Jared Bowen, Pablo Fornals on a counter-attack there. It's a professional foul. It's a yellow card. It just is what it is. And then as he was there, I'm not going to lie, he's probably incensed a little bit more because Jared Bowen came up and pushed him. He tries to say he has the ball. To be fair, he's not angry at Jared Bowen at all. Jared Bowen just barges him over, trying to get the ball. Cucurella just went a bit wild, but he's got a yellow card for his troubles there. It is what it is. It's about as easy yellow as you're ever going to see, if we're being honest about it. Free kicks West Ham in Chelsea in our own half, right in the halfway line. Where is my timer? There it is. Played out quickly to Soufal on the right-hand side, who, to be fair, takes it and drives the ball forward. It ends up failing, but, I mean, he went for it. Fair play. He went for it, the lad. Paqueta getting in there, getting involved with defensive work. Again, I think that's something else that I think people are going to have to get used to a little bit with Paqueta is him playing in that more defensive role is something he can do, but people are going to want to see him just in basically what we all want from Paqueta and what David Moyes wants from Paqueta are probably two separate things. Good tackle from Thomas Souček under pressure from Paqueta, and that lays a nice ball into Jared Bowen. He couldn't quite get it. The idea was nice though. What we want from Paqueta and what Moyes wants from Paqueta are going to be two separate different things, right? So Moyes is going to see his defensive work great. He's going to want that from him. He's going to like that from him. Putting it into a decent position, that's going to be interesting for him. And it's going to bring him a little bit of skill in that sort of deeper area. Whereas what we want from Paqueta is a guy who's going to stand in the number 10 position, gets the ball, bangs it in the net, puts lovely through balls through, that kind of stuff. And he's capable of doing both. But I think there is going to have to be an adjustment period from us where we're going to get frustrated at the way and positions he's being played in and the lack of attacking intent in games like this, because that's just how we play as a team, and he's a team player. And that's sort of going to be the same thing. But I think he's looked really good. I had to pause it briefly, Finn, to get the timer in line again. Good see, Mulch. How are you, my friend? Yeah, I'm all right. Very, 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 very tired. I've not had much sleep. But apart from that, I'm all right. I'm good. Bit of a rough game still. No, don't worry. I know. I'm just sort of saying in general with Paqueta, I think. Basically, again, I'm a Paqueta fanboy, and I will refuse he does anything wrong for at least 2 months. Because he's not just a playmaker, he's more than that, Nigel. That's kind of my point. Also, because we're not playing a role where the playmaker plays. Let's be real. If we had a number 10 position on the pitch, he would be in it. But we don't have a number 10 position on the pitch, so he's not in it. It's pretty simple. It's just the way we're playing. It's the way David Moyes plays. But he's not just a playmaker. That's what I'm saying. He's playing deep. Also, you don't necessarily have to be a playmaker to play in the 10 position. You could be a playmaker deeper in that thing. Geo says, create for the creative. Create for the creators, Again, that's not what's happening here. I'm just making it clear, Unfortunately, there are no bells today. I went to the shops and there were none. Fuming. Ball over the top. Bowen can't quite get there. A second attempt. CHEWHU plays it in. That was a lot better. Almost got his head on that. 4 nails. Ooh. 4 nails. 4 nails with a volley on the edge of the area, almost getting a second goal in like as many weeks. Didn't know he had it in him, bless. The initial play was really good. Antonio just dinks it across, can't quite get there, Jarrod Bowen, just a little bit ahead of him. It's a much better ball in from CHEWHU, whips it in, just again, slightly over Jarrod Bowen, but a nicer ball. And it dips down to 4 nails, who's just on the edge of the box, strikes it, just plants his foot, strikes it with his right, dipping, straight, laced shot, a little bit wide, but I'll tell you what, it was close. I can't act like I'm not a little bit nervous. He is playing essentially as an 8 today. He is effectively playing left wing at times, but given the way we're defending, he gets a lot deeper than that. Loftus-Cheek striding forward with all the confidence of someone who has no one challenging him. Played out wide. Oh, whipped in towards Pulisic's head. Couldn't quite get much on it. It's going to be a corner. Chelsea corner. Everyone's heard of the luck that they bring, and they get snapped up by the dozen. Antonio's done well with the meager scraps he's been given. Yeah, I think so. I don't think he's playing too bad, to be fair. Thank you. It's very kind of you, Angie. It's very kind of you. What are we saying? Number 1, number 2? Chelsea, going to cross the ball in from the corner. Cucurella looks in towards the middle, punched away from Lucas Fabianski. Comes out and punches it strongly. Conor Gallagher trying to battle with Jarrod Bowen, who manages to stop him from going forward. But yeah. That's a question only David Moyes can answer, my friend. That's a question only David Moyes can answer. I think the true answer is because he probably feels under pressure to play Paqueta because he was so expensive. I think that's probably the true answer. And why not play Cornet? Because I think Cornet was brought in as a backup anyway. And he likes Pablo Fornals and Jarrod Bowen more. So, by process of elimination, Cornet bench, Paqueta start, right? Conor Gallagher passing it back to Fofana. Chelsea again, just passing it around at will, under no real pressure, but not really doing much with it. Out wide to Cucurella nicely, to be fair, but he's forced straight away to go sort of slightly backwards, sideways. Sideways in that sense wasn't too bad because you're going into the middle, but you know what I mean. They're again just trying to find that place back up. In the advanced positions, Cornet's a backup to Bowen. Yeah. Gallagher plays it out to James. Good block by Fornals. It's going to be another corner to Chelsea. Yeah, exactly that, guy. Exactly that. Exactly that. 8, 9. What are we at now? For Chelsea. Yeah, 8 corners, 0 to West Ham. You love to see it. Chelsea's big men come up. Cucurella to play it in. Looking for Loftus-Cheek. Can't quite get this. I think Souček went down. I think him and Loftus-Cheek have clashed heads. West Ham had possession of the ball when it happened, but I think they've both gone down holding their heads, and so we're gonna get a brief break while the medical teams come on to check on Loftus-Cheek and Souček. Souček has 2 players around him. Loftus-Cheek has none. Oh, Emerson's gone over to check Loftus-Cheek. You'd love to see a bit of sportsmanship. Brentford up 2-0 on Leeds. I didn't know that was happening at the same time today, Stu. I didn't know that was happening at the same time. Difficult game. Difficult game. Oh, the tiredness is catching up with me. Did you end up signing that guy on deadline day, Stu? Willie. Did you end up signing him? Did Willie end up coming in? Mikel Antonio getting instructions from David Moyes. He could play either side, though, Uncle. You know what I mean? But realistically, you look at him as someone who will play either side. But if you're going to play Benrahma or Cornet right now, you'd play Benrahma. What David Moyes would do, I don't know. But right now, if I was in charge, I don't know how you feel about it, I would play Benrahma over Cornet because Benrahma's in form. That's not to say Cornet's not better than Benrahma in certain aspects. It's also not to say Cornet's not better than Benrahma overall. I don't know how I'd feel about that. But at this point, who's in form? Benrahma. And so by that argument, Bowen also left-footed on the right, so it makes sense that he's sort of a backup to Bowen in that sense as well. There's lots of different ways. There's lots of different ways to look at it. Fornals has experience on the right, no leaves room for a Benny start and Cornet super sub. He does, but Fornals isn't going to get game time over. No one's going to get game time over Bowen. If we're being honest about it. Kara to Emerson. West Ham passing it. Stretched passing it back. Which is not something you want to see. And instantly Chelsea win the ball back because of it. Cucurella out wide to Koulibaly, who's just strode forward here. Koulibaly is currently doing stepovers, ladies and gentlemen. And that's a goal kick. He can't do anything with it. Jared Bowen just rushing him out of play. I just want to make that clear. We're giving them so much time and space on the ball that Koulibaly has not only strode forward into attacking areas, but my man was doing stepovers. He was doing stepovers. You know? It's not been the best half, Rube. I can't lie to you. It's not been the best half. I trust him as well. He's done so well that you have to give him the time to figure it out. You can't spend this much money on a manager who has given you Europe 2 years in a row for the first time in our history and not give him time to try and figure it out. You know? Loftus-Cheek, I don't think it's going to get a yellow card. There was a hint of maybe him getting one there. It's with Loftus-Cheek who did it. Antonio's on the floor. Let's have a look at the replay. Let's play forward. It is Loftus-Cheek. I mean, Loftus-Cheek. I can't lie. He's a lucky boy. A little bit. I'm not going to say he meant to plap him in the face with his arm like he did. But the fact he was backing up, because my daddy taught me good. And he saw he was looking at Antonio. He kept looking over his shoulder like that, backing up, looking at him. Arm comes out, pow. Lucky is the way I would describe it, potentially. I don't know. But that is half time, ladies and gentlemen. And the score at half time is 0-0. Geo, how do you feel about the match?
From a defensive standpoint, I think we're doing really well. We've really restricted Chelsea. Look solid at the back. Our best players are playing in defence this afternoon. Going forward, I mean, there's not much, is there? We've really got our half. But I guess this is probably the game plan. Keep it tight in the first half, frustrate Chelsea. And I think we are doing that. I think we're frustrating the home fans as well a little bit now. They're quite quiet, and now they're starting to get grumpy. Ben Ramo on the bench, Cornet on the bench. Options if we want to add a little bit of pace and go a bit more direct, maybe go a bit more attacking. But do you know something? All in all, Charlie, I'm happy at halftime. If the game finishes 0-0, I'll be okay with that. A point against Tottenham and a point against Chelsea. That's good. That's progress. It's just, God, it's boring, isn't it? It's a very, very boring game, but it's a results-based business. It's 0-0 at half-time. I'm happy with it, and I'm pretty certain Moyes will be happy with it as well.
Yeah, it's the commentator did say partway through on my Definitely Legal stream that he said, Moyes will be happy with that so far. And it's difficult because obviously what we want and what Moyes want is two completely separate things, right? We've had one shot, but we've done well defensively. And we'll look at it and go, Moyes would be like, yeah, okay, right, fair enough. We can do that. Whereas us, we might want a little bit more from us, a little bit more attacking intent potentially. We had a big conversation in the chat, for example, about Paqueta. I think that's the obvious person who you want to talk about when you talk about the defense and attack and our intent today, because he's the big signing, the big £50 million man who I think we want something from and Moyes wants something from. And I think they're completely different things to some extent. I think Moyes will see Paqueta's performance today and be like, he's working really hard for the team. He's getting in good defensive positions. He's not shirking responsibilities. He's pressing when he needs to. He's tackling when he needs to. He's covering spaces. He's doing everything that David Moyes would probably want from him. Whereas I'm not saying that anyone watching him from the fan point of view would be disappointed by him, but we look at him as that £50 man who's going to score goals, who's going to unlock defenses, and we're seeing him essentially standing in the middle of a 5-4-1 and going, I want something from this, and we're not getting it. And it's kind of that sort of frustration that we find as fans that David Moyes probably won't feel. I am interested to see how he changes this up. Because I think if he wants to get a win, if he's not going to play for a 0-0, he is going to have to change it up, because I don't think we're going to score going on like this. I'm relatively confident we'll keep them out. I mean, they have options on the bench that they can change it up. Obviously, you look at say bringing on Havertz or even Broha. Like Havertz is a number 10 behind Broha or whatever. They have a lot of different. They have a little different positions they can switch up on their bench where you go, okay, as of now, if we played these two 11s for 90 minutes, I would be pretty confident we could keep them out. They could change it up and maybe look a little bit different to where they're not crossing the ball into the head of Raheem Sterling and Pulisic, who, to be frank, I'm not too afraid of in the air. I know, bold opinion, that I'm not scared of Raheem Sterling in the air, but they do have a way they can change it up. It's just one of those ones where I'm just like, are we just going to try and push this as long as we can for the 0-0? I wouldn't blame him for doing it, but I don't know. What do you think?
Chelsea are going to get better when they make their substitutions. I think CHEWHU got the team wrong. I think Pulisic has been crap. You know, I sat there quite confident in the build-up show saying, I'm not worried about him. I'm still not worried about him. But then when I see him come off and Mount, who will hit it from distance, you know, this is a game that needs somebody like Mason Mount for Chelsea, someone that will get the ball 25 yards out and have a go, because none of their players are really doing that. Kovacic had an effort, and that's about it. The one slight issue I've got at halftime is we're playing Chelsea like it's peak, like they've got like Drogba and Lampard on the pitch and stuff. This is a side that Leeds embarrassed a couple of weeks ago. Southampton beat during the week, and I would have liked to see a bit more adventure from us. And the funny thing is, this is the exact same formation that played against Spurs during the week when I thought we were quite good in the second half. So it's not the formation, it's just the mindset and the attitude that we've got to come out with, which is don't concede a goal.
Mm.
You know, I get it, but it can be a little bit frustrating. I would like to see an attacking intent from us in the second half. You know, the most promising part of our first half there is one or two moments, but one of them was Emerson going on a run. He had to take on about 3 players himself, you know, and it's like, even when he did it, barely anybody moved. They all just watched him. It was like, I've not seen Souček getting the 18-yarder. Yeah, you know, where's that? Where's that runs from deep and stuff like that? So, you know, Antonio's just getting the ball belted at him and he's just running around pushing the defenders over. But I can understand why. It must be extremely frustrating and a very difficult game for him. You know, he's had a couple of bright moments where he took on Fofana. But he's up against Fofana and Silva and they were both going at him and, you know, he was only ever going to lose the ball there. Luckily, he won a throw in. But, we've got to get players closer to Antonio. I'd like to see us play a little bit further up the pitch, if I'm honest with you, in the second half, because we can win this game, but it's going to require a change in the way that we're playing so far.
Fair. All right, I'll be back in a minute. But before I do, make sure to like the video, everyone. We're already over 400. I want to hit that 500 today before the end of this stream. I want 500, and we're close. We're already over 400. So smash that like button, as it were. Gio, I'll be back in a sec.
Thank you. Let's see what you're all saying. Yank, West Ham fans says Fornals needs to come off for Cornetto Benrahma so we can get more pace out there. I'd like Bowen off too. He's really not looked like he did last year. Don't know about the Fornals one. I think Fornals is having a good game. Reece James is the one that's constantly getting the ball out there, and I think Fornals is handling him. I don't think I'd fancy seeing Said Benrahma or even Maxwell Cornet to some extent trying to defend against Reece James just yet. If you're going to do that sub, I think you're going to have to change formation, push Emerson out as a more traditional left back, I think. Richard said Chelsea are going to have to push more and more to get a goal. Hopefully we can capitalise. It's a fair comment. Daniel Da Costa says this is Moyes against top 6 side. Okay, we get points, but not on otherwise. Fair. John says nothing to be scared of regards Chelsea anymore. Just go for it. Come on, Moisey. Also fair and true, I think. Paul says not much ambition going forward. Perhaps that's a Moyes plan. Second half, we will step up, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Rob says no movement. It's a bit embarrassing. While Jonathan says we need Benrahma or Cornet to drag the ball up the pitch. Also, Paqueta cannot get into the game as the ball keeps going over his head. Stevie B says Chelsea are poor, yet we are poorer. Yeko says that defensive tactics look better when we were dangerous from set pieces. That's a very fair point. Problem is, we're no longer dangerous from set pieces. We haven't beaten the first man from a corner all season. I haven't even got a corner today. I think Chelsea are on like 8 corners to our 0. We might have had one. But either way, we're not even getting set pieces. Never mind being good at them. Thomas says we're keeping them quiet. At the same time, we're not creating much of anything. Neither team should be too pleased Thursday. I think that's a really fair comment. Ian says this Chelsea team struggled against Southampton. Problem is our passing is not up to Southampton's. I agree with that. I think that's accurate. Paul says why we're giving Chelsea too much respect with attacking players we have. We should be hitting them hard with positive momentum. Hopefully Moyes has got a bit of a game plan in regards to Benrahma and or Cornet on the bench, and he's got some sort of substitution planned. Fingers crossed. Ben would like to see Benrahma on. LeBron Telly says playing a team with a huge danger and keeping it tight first half is key. Connor says our fans are excellent. They are excellent. The way I'm watching it or listening to it on the radio is there's no commentary, so all I can hear is the fans, and all I can hear is West Ham fans constantly. Breezy says, seems to be our thing recently, where we take a cautious approach in first time, take the handbrake off in the second. Hopefully that's the case today. Yeah, certainly against Tottenham and Villa, we were a lot brighter in the second half, weren't we? So fingers crossed that is the case. At the end of the day, at this point of time, we don't know if it's a good plan so far or not. So far, it's 0-0. Fantastic. We go on to lose. You look back with hindsight at full time thinking we should have done a bit more in the first half. We go on to win the game. You look back and think, brilliant. Game plan worked perfectly. It just depends, A, what the game plan is, and B, how we execute it in the second half. So we don't know yet if the first half has worked or not until full time. Does that make sense? Hopefully it makes sense. Second half very much sort of will give us definitive proof if we should be happy or not at this point. Richard said, we've been seeing this for 3 years. Don't know why anyone's surprised we aren't an attacking team. Alan says, we're playing the name and giving them too much respect, but we've seen this before and turned it on the second half. I've seen with like Fanals off. I think Fanals is playing well. Like offensively, not great, but who is defensively? I think he's having a really good game against Reece James, and I think it would be risky taking Fanals off the pitch and just giving Reece James that perhaps less defensively switched on immediate opponent. It would worry me a little bit. Chris says we're lacking up top. Perfect game for Skamaka. We need to get Ben Rama on. I agree with that. This is what I would do. I have to agree with Ruby. I think I would take Ben Rama on for Jared Bowen, in all honesty. Again, he's not having a bad game as such. Bowen, Paqueta, they're playing with shackles on in the first half. We're not really seeing what they can do going forward. But I think I would like Ben Rama on the pitch as well. I think it's between Paqueta or Jared Bowen as to who comes off, in all honesty, unless you're going to switch the formation. And I think that carries an element of risk, because at the end of the day, it's a clean sheet. Matthew agrees, but he would like Bowen off, not Fanals. Kyriakos is not as negative for us. I know we're playing defensively, but hoping Moyes is going for it if it's tight towards the end. Jonathan says we're not showing anything on the counter-attack. We need to do better. Astro says we're chasing the ball all first half and there's no threats for us. It would just be a little bit more offensive. I think we'll score. Yeah, I agree. Timothy says the team's under orders. No matter who we have on, it's up to Moyes how offensive we are. It is all orders, though, isn't it? Like I said, the way we're playing formation on paper, this is the exact same formation that we played against Tottenham. But second half Spurs, first half today, the way that we play is completely different. One of them we were going for it, the other one been sitting back trying to keep a clean sheet. Ham Royal says 200 million just part of the buzz. I mean, it is the first game. I think it's a bit. I don't think you can judge Moyes on today with what he's going to do with the new players. I think you've got to give them a bit of time. You've got to give Moyes a bit of time. We don't even have a Guard. Skamaka's out ill, so there's 50 million of the players gone already. So I think that's a bit of a rough one. It's not pretty to watch, but Moyes has turned up to get a result here, and I think he would consider a draw a good result. Luke says, looks like a lot of time we're in a 4-3-3 with Paqueta in the middle and Antonio on the left, which is interesting. We certainly do sit back. Antonio certainly is dragging out there when we're not pressing, should I say. Hamster says he hopes this is Bowen's last start and he's benched. He's playing rubbish. He isn't in good form right now. Christian says Bowen offers a lot of pressing in defence. He's critical to the system on the right side. You see, you can say that about anybody, really. If you want to keep it sort of defence as priority, I think the substitution's Paqueta for Saïd Benrahma, unfortunately. If that's your outlook. And I agree with what you're saying, by the way. I think Bowen is crucial to the way that we work defensively on that right-hand side. So says, doesn't matter who comes on and off. We won't score with this setup other than getting a lucky break and capitalising on it. Wacko says we're showing them far too much respect. Need to take the game to them more. Uncle says target Ruben Loftus-Cheek and get him sent off. Why are none of our players smart enough to take advantage of the dark arts? I don't think we've got near him, mate. I think that's the problem. Tim agrees that Fanals has been quality. I think so as well. I think, honestly, I do think Fanals is one of our better players out there. I think defensively he's been superb. Michael says we see more intense and threatening in the second half. I hope that is true today. Anyway, you're back, Mr. Walsh.
Yeah.
Sorry. Let me. I wish I skipped to the end. Thank you, Michael, for the $4.99 super chat. Says, "Let's go,
let's go, big plays, Michael. Come on, that's what we're talking about. Gee, I feel like this. I can't get over this idea that there's something to be got at from this game. I really do believe
we can win. We can win.
Yeah, I really think we can get a dub here. I don't know how, but I really do think we can. If I was to push, if I'm putting it on you now and I'm saying score prediction, which I think could go either way, to be fair, what are we saying?
It's hard without knowing what the managers are going to do. I don't think it'll finish 0-0, but at the same time, I think there might only be one goal in it. I think someone's going to pinch this. Do you know something, Charlie? I fancy us to pinch it. You know.
Go talk.
Honestly,
Lay it down.
I honestly, I think our best player today, without a shadow of a doubt, you won't convince me otherwise. Just the first half, obviously, Kurt Zuma. He's winning it. Oh, he's just a wall at the back there. And him and Kerr have been in form for a couple of games now, and that just gives me confidence that we might just hold this Chelsea team out. And they're devoid of ideas. And against Southampton, I watched them for the last 10, 15 minutes, just passing the ball around outside the box, waiting for Southampton's defence to go, do you know what? Do I have an effort at our goal? It just didn't happen. They were just clearing everything. And I think we might see the same again today. So, do you know something? I've just got this little feeling that we're going to win 1-0.
I'll take that, Gio. Well, the teams have come back out, so I'll let you get off. But I'm loving that vibe from you, Gio. I'm loving that vibe from you, Gio. If you want to hear more of that, then I would recommend you stick around till full time, because Gio will be back with a live match review with Gonzo as soon as the full time whistle goes. Between them, we've got ourselves to keep us company. Me and all you lot. Hope you're well. Hope you enjoyed that half time with Gio. I went to the toilet and then just sort of sat in the kitchen and tried to wake up. It's not gone well. We're there. But we're about to kick off for the second half. It's West Ham United versus Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. It's 0-0. And like I say, I can't get beyond the idea that there is something to be got at from this game. While you're here, make sure to like the video, subscribe if you're new around here. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notifications, keep up to date so you don't miss out on future videos, because we're the only channel last year who did a watch along every single match day without fail. So if you're looking for a way to keep up the team, we do build ups, watch alongs, reviews every single match day without fail. Stick around. And thank you so much for likes on the video, by the way. We're at 495. We are 5 off of 500. That's all we need. 5 more likes and we hit that magical 500 number. And then everything after that is just dreamland. That's a really good attacking opportunity for West Ham. Pulls it back, looking for Paqueta. Couldn't quite find it. Bowen was flying in around the back, and maybe a little bit of power on that pass and maybe gets to Paqueta. But Chelsea managed to scramble defensively away. We're at 499 likes. Oh, we're going to get to 500 in a second. And now West Ham gets to pass it forward. 504. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We've flown past the 500 figure. Let's go. Also, thank you, Michael, by the way. Thank you. Nice behind the pass. That's what we haven't seen enough of in that first half. A little bit of early pressure, as Johnny's just said. Exactly, a little bit of early pressure. Starts to get nervous. Hope it makes something happen. Oh, Antonio doing well there. And that's definitely going to be a free kick. Thank you very much. We'll be taking that. Antonio does really well there. Jumps in on 2 separate tackles, just making sure he doesn't get the ball away. And then Thiago Silva from behind just takes him out. We'll be taking that. Zuma plays it out wide from the free kick quickly. Sufal thought about driving it forward, plays it to Rice, and then we're going back again. But we have possession of the ball. I'll take that. Souček finds Sofal. Trying to get around Koulibaly, but we'll take a throw in. It doesn't quite work out, but we'll take a throw in. Koulibaly's a big guy, isn't he? Just stocky geezer, you know? Down the line, Bowen tries to play it in his way over the top of everyone. Mendy decides to leave it, which allows Paqueta to get the pressure on Reece James. Nice pressure, just forcing Chelsea to kick it long. Of which Raheem Sterling, unsurprisingly, loses out the aerial duel. West Ham recollect it. Good work. You love to see it. Ooh, I like that, Andrews. I like that. He's just a stocky geezer, isn't he? Mr. Iron, good to see. How have we been playing? Defensively is the way I would say it. Stu's, without watching it, has nailed that, but to be fair, to some extent. Scared of losing rather than being brave to win. It's kind of we've come to stay tight and defend and get a point to some extent, and I think it's what we've done. But second half, don't get me wrong, it's only 3 minutes in so far. We've been really positive. We've come out, we've pressed, we've looked for goal. We came close to getting a really, really good opportunity. I think we're looking all right. But Chelsea on the attack right now. On down the left hand side. Pulisic on the ball. Plays it out to Fofana, who went for a shot from range. Was never going in. We'll take that goal kick. So far, so good in the second half. Why Fofana thought that was an idea, I'll never know. I think we can win, Mr. Iron. I definitely think we can win. I think it will end up being a draw, but I definitely think we can win. There's a big opportunity here that we could snatch this very easily. Chelsea right now, I'm not too scared of scoring. I think we have something in it. We could get something from this game. When Chelsea do their subs, it'll be interesting to see what happens. But I think there's a big opportunity here. Sterling on the ball, playing the ball between himself and Loftus-Cheek a little bit here. Declan Rice getting involved, but gets turned by Pulisic. Down the line to James. No, nice little chop in. Was looking for Pulisic. Good work, Paqueta. Getting back and just stopping that one from getting forward. And then West Ham just a bit awkwardly get it away, but it's nicely done. And now Sufal trying to charge away. Kovacic covers into the feet of Paqueta. Looking for that bent through ball into the path of Antonio. Couldn't quite find it, but love that. I like the idea. Mendy just comes out and collects the ball with his feet. So the play continues, but I like that from him. Sterling just eased off the ball is the way you might say it from Thomas Tuchel. Some would say pushed to the floor. And Paqueta goes down almost as easily, if we're being honest about it. He gets straight back up and carries on. As the ball comes down the right-hand side, Sterling tries to whip it across. Pulisic was there. But Kurt Zouma, as per usual, in the way, saying no. He's having, I'll tell you what, if there was any concerns about maybe Kurt Zouma this season not quite being able to match the heights of last season, he's putting in a shift today, which shows that he is still the Kurt Zouma of old. He's having a fantastic game so far. Would you take Bowen or leave him on? If you take him off, who would you bring on? Says Kev Power. I don't know, Kev. At this point, I'd probably keep him on potentially for a bit. I think Ben Rama is someone I would consider bringing on. I think Cornet is something else I would consider bringing on. I'm not sure when and for who, but yeah. Gallagher takes the corner, first man away. I'm getting a call from Ray Borum, my co-host on Two Spanners One Hammer, who is at the wrestling. Hang on. Hello. You all right? Hello. You're Ray. You're live on the watch along. Oh, okay. I'm doing the watch along. I gotta go. Speak to you later. He couldn't understand the word I was saying. He was with all of his mates. They're at the wrestling today. He just screamed the words "I am effed" and started waving at me. So there you go. At West Ham right now, probably Fornals, although Paqueta of all time. Can't go. I need to message him now and let him know that I was on the watch wrong. It's going to be a corner to Chelsea yet again. In case you thought that was only a first half thing, no, they are absolutely blinding in these corners. Can they actually get it past the first man? Oh, punched away. Oh, an overhead kick attempt. And someone's gone down there for West Ham, but we can counter-attack. Ball gets waved on. That's a nice ball through to Mikel Antonio, who's charging through. He's only got Cucurella to beat. Gallagher's caught up to him and does well. He couldn't quite get there. Cucurella does really well defensively. Just stands off, just keeps standing off Antonio, just holding him up, pushing him in awkward ways, just holding him up, holding him up. Enough time for Conor Gallagher to come back and snatch that away. Reece James and Mikel Antonio having a bit of afters there, a bit of bit of aggro. There was a foul in the build-up. I'm not quite sure who. I was texting Ray, but there was a foul in the build-up, and the two of them are still just screaming at each other. And the referee is going to dish out some yellow cards, I think, for both. He's lost control a little bit of the game here. Game's livened up. I tell you what, you could make an argument about the game being a little bit boring in that first half. All of a sudden, the handbags are out, and yellow cards getting dished around for a bit of anger. Mikel Antonio came in from behind and just knocked him down, and then Reece James with just a little foot out as Antonio goes over him. Mikel Antonio, it's good defending from Reece James off the ball. Ooh, Reece James there. Do I think it's anything more than a yellow card? No, I don't. But Reece James there, as he's down, I know, right? Not going to happen. Cheeky little lash out indeed. As he's down on the floor, just sort of sticks his studs a little bit into Antonio, not in a big way. Just as he's lowering his leg, just leaves it on him, just a tad. Still, a little bit lively now. A little warming up a little bit. Fornals does well to keep that one in and leads it. Antonio, it was a nice idea to try and knock it on past the defender and get around him, but the touch was unbelievably heavy. He's not a quick player, Mr. Pardew. I've been saying this since he joined. He's not fast. Like, he's not slow. I wouldn't say he's painfully slow. Like, if I was actually giving him like a review of his pace, I'm saying he can move. He's like a below average pace winger, like for wingers specifically, an above average pace player, a below average pace winger, Good to see you, Ismail. Hope you're well. Hope you're having a good day. Thank you for coming. Appreciate it. Chelsea passing it around at the back in the midfield with their defenders. Second half possession, significantly different. It was 70% possession to Chelsea in that first half. Second half so far, they've only had 52, which shows you the difference in game. We've certainly been a little bit more active in this second half, thinking we can get there. And I think maybe that is potentially part of the plan. Potentially part of the plan is holding out until the second half and then maybe going for it then, knowing we can hold on in that first half, essentially reducing it to 45 minutes of football from 90. Good tackle from Declan Rice, really good interception. Does well. The pass was a little bit hospital, but Paqueta does really well. And Declan Rice can play it forward. He finds Jarrod Bowen, loses out instantaneously. I don't think he was that bad in the first half of Bowen, I saw some signs of a little something happening, but he really got caught under him there. Paqueta doing well. He's getting more and more involved now in the attacking part of play. Getting more and more involved, and Chelsea are having to deal with it a little bit more, but they come away with the ball there. A little bit of an awkward, heavy touch from him, and now Chelsea can attack with Sterling. Very wide right and very deep. Not where they're going to want him. Reece James in central midfield as if he's playing for Manchester City at wing-back. You love to see it. Awful touch from Reece James. Pablo Fornals does well to find Paqueta. West Ham very calmly passing around just outside the area between Fornals, Paqueta and Soufal. Fornals' long ball he's forced to because there's just no options on for him. Forces it long and Chelsea regain possession of the ball and go again. They go again. Seeing a lot of you talking about Mikel Antonio, and I'm very excited to see just exactly how violent his outburst is. Just exactly how bad pushing his luck. Fornals on the ball, tries to clear it away, and Reece James gets the block. It's going to be a goal kick. Looking at Aubameyang up in the stands. Oh, there he goes. There it is. I'm quite far behind, but I've just seen it. It cut back from Aubameyang, and Antonio was mid-attack of Thiago Silva. Antonio's talking to the ref, letting him know exactly what sort of happened. So Antonio, with a clothesline from hell from behind, he pushes he's him and Thiago Silva battling for the ball, and he sort of pushes Thiago Silva back like that. And as he's doing that, his arm comes over and clocks Thiago Silva, who goes down. Chelsea making a double substitution. Conor Gallagher coming off for Armando Broja, the West Ham target, coming on. He's just signed a new deal at the club, so he's coming on. Pulisic also coming off for Mason Mount. Big JBL vibes. He came back on SmackDown last night, interestingly. So Chelsea changing it up. I'm interested to see how that changes the way they've been playing. Mikel Antonio there, clipping Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Oh, nice play. Oh, flipping out. Souček playing a little bit of Tekers. Fornals with a nice play inwards. Paqueta with a nice back heel to Antonio. Tries to lay it off to Fornals. We'll take that, though. It's good play. We'll take that. It was a nice ball forward. I think it was Thomas Souček with a long ball. Was it Thomas Souček? Yeah, Antonio one ball pass, and Thomas Souček playing a beautiful spreaded ball out wide. You love to see it. Fornals, nice bit of play to find Paqueta, who a nice little back heel into the path of Antonio, and tried to just lay it off to Pablo Fornals in and around the area. It was incredibly close. Maybe you're thinking Antonio could turn and shoot or something like that. It doesn't happen. Whipped in from the box from the corner over the top of everyone. It's down. And you'll take that. We'll take that. It was a nice play from West Ham, to be fair. It was nice play down that left-hand side. Paqueta with the back heel. Antonio, and to be fair, if Antonio had managed to find that through ball, that layoff to Fornals, who was in acres of space, he could have, well, he would at least had a good shot, a good chance to have a shot on goal. Whether or not it would have gone in with Pablo Fornals, we'll see. Going to be a second corner now for West Ham in very quick succession on that left-hand side. Fornals puts it in. Punched away from Mendy. Bowen volleys it. Oh, good save from Edward Mendy. Jared Bowen, who's, I tell you what, all of a sudden I need to turn the volume up a little bit because we're getting into this game here. We're getting into it. There we go. Bowen does well. It's a comfortable save from Mendy in the end, but it's a good one. Whipped in this time from the right-hand side from the corner. Headed up, over, stopped. Rice across. Oh, please tell me this doesn't go to VAR. Because I can't see how it would have. Mikel Antonio. Let's go. Three corners in a row. We'll take it. 3 corners in a row. Third one, the first one from the right-hand side, whipped in from Jared Bowen. And header comes in from Paqueta. It bounces off. Mendy tries to just pour it away under pressure from Kehrer and 2 of their defenders, it looks like. Ball comes up. Yeah, Cucurella's there. I think it's Ruben Loftus-Cheek who's there as well. Cucurella basically pushing Kehrer into the goal. Forces Mendy to the floor in the process, and Declan Rice puts it back across goal, and Mikel Antonio could not be more in the goal. Just stabs it in. Come on. Yes. We will be taking that all flipping day. It's Chelsea 0. It's West Ham United 1. You love to see it. You just love to see it. There's very few scenes you love to see. VAR confirms. Let's go. Mikel Antonio, legendary poacher. Why am I in Korea now? Listen, my Korean friend. We respect it. Thank you very much for the 5,000 Korean something that I've forgotten. I did look it up before, but I've already forgotten it. But thank you. Oh, you love to see it. Yes. Football, ladies and gentlemen, has happened. Come on. I'm so hyped. Yes, Bergkamp instead. Oh, that's 1,000% going to be the narrative, and I don't care. It is one, thank you. Kovacic. Oh my God, what the hell just happened? He comes in all of a sudden in the 6-yard box, 1-on-1 with, I think it was Brozier maybe. I don't know, the camera zoomed in on Brozier, so maybe it was Brozier. Maybe Kovacic was the one who played the ball in. I just heard the word Kovacic. All I see is him on top of Fabianski, who stops it. Chelsea still have possession of the ball. They're passing it around. They're in our half, but they're not near the area. Thank you, by the way. Thank you very much. Big shout out to my Korean friends. Appreciate it. To the Cockney boys, 1-0. Sing the away end. Chelsea on the ball, trying to find their way forward. Listen. And we stopped playing. Listen. We're up. I can deal with it when we're up. If we get a win here, massive. I mean, we're massive anyway, but a massive win if we get a win here. Be such a good opportunity for us. Cucurella on that left-hand side, trying to find space forward, finds Sterling, who's very deep. Good defending Zuma. Zuma's having a really good game. The ball through there. It wasn't particularly difficult for him to get to, but it was important for him to get to. We're seeing the opportunity here again, that the Brozier one. It was Kovacic just sort of stabs it towards goal, and Brozier just leans in with his foot, manages to sort of power from Zuma, who's trying to hold it off. He doesn't even know he's there. And thankfully, Fabianski sees it, collects it, and does what he needs to do. But flipping heck, there was a moment there where that looked incredibly close. Fofana out wide to James. Chelsea now just trying desperately to find something. Loftus-Cheek trying to buy something there. He tried to buy a penalty. Souček dove in for a sliding tackle and pulled out halfway through it. I'm not even certain he even gets a touch on Loftus-Cheek, who ends up going down looking for it. See, that's the sort of thing I would just yellow card him for, but I'm not a ref. Chelsea still maintain possession of the ball in a dangerous area, in an advanced position. We're sitting deep. All of a sudden, though, when we're sitting deep in this sort of area, when we're 1-0 up, it doesn't feel as bad as when we're sitting deep in this sort of area and it's 0-0 in the first half. James. Chelsea passing the ball around, just again, going back to that sort of horseshoe, going back and forward. Yeah, no, I don't think so either. Ooh, Mount almost getting in there, but Fabianski comes and collects it. If only we had an excellent guest on. Oh, wait. Woody's coming on, ladies and gentlemen. Patreon.com/Hammers Chat. Link in the description below to watch Two Spanners, One Hammer, and Hammers Chat Patreon exclusive podcast made just for you. Myself, Ray Borum, who you saw drunk a couple of minutes ago, and Woody will be discussing this game. This is a possible big dub, ladies and gentlemen. So I'd recommend you get involved. Patreon.com. The earlier in the month you do it, the more bang for your buck you get. So if you do it right now, then you get it for the whole month because you get charged when you pay, when you join, and then you get charged at the beginning of the month. So the earlier you do it, and it's only the third day of the month, the more bang for your buck you get, including Hamletics. Paqueta just receiving treatment for a knock around the mouth, I think. He had something in his mouth, so I'm assuming that's what happened. Remember, if you join, you get access to Two Fans, One Hammer, the Hammers Chat exclusive, Patreon exclusive podcast with myself, Ray Borman, this week Woody, which you can come and be a guest on. I'd love you to be a guest on, actually. If you're a patron, let me know, and I'd love you to be a guest. You get Analytics with myself and Jack Elderton and Cal Goodall from Analytics United. You get the Mug of Tea with Geo and Gonzo. You get the Player Ratings show, which could be excellent after this. I'm expecting high numbers from Zuma in that one, with Geo and Gonzo as well. First half shots, Chelsea had 4, we had 1. Second half shots, Chelsea have had 1, we've had 4. We've turned it around. We're doing really well. And now we've got that defensive shape going. We know we can deal with it. We can do it. And hey, while you're in the description, like the video, subscribe, all that good stuff. We're already on 334. So, we're flying forward with that. Don't need to worry about Jared Bowen. Tell you what, he's trying hard there. It's difficult to judge his pace as well today. I'll say this as well. Obviously, me and Mr. Pardew were talking about it earlier. I'd say it's difficult to judge his pace as well because he's up against CHEWHU, who is lightning. Still. Ben Rama coming on. We'll take that. I'm assuming you guys are still ahead of me, so is my timer correct? My time is ahead of even on me. Only by like 4 seconds, but still. Deploy the Benny. Come on, Benny, lad. Let's go. Hammerlytics indeed. Havertz and CHEWHU are coming on for Chelsea as well. They're going for every change they possibly can. We still have yet to make any. It's the kind of tactical nous you would expect from Pardew. Do you know what I mean? I don't necessarily disagree with you, though. I clicked on this without reading it, which is rare and dangerous, but you knew he was going to... When that boy pulled them shots up, you knew it was going in. Oh, and he picks up the ball. Oh, it's offside. I thought he might have been a bit early. Could bring on Benny and Cornet. Yeah, exactly as Vinny says. You could bring on both. Be incredibly tight now. Yeah, I can see Ben Rama in the background getting ready. Loftus-Cheek and Cucurella coming off for Ben Chilwell. Oh no, it's Kovacic who's coming off. Fair enough. Kai Havertz coming on for Kovacic and Chilwell for Cucurella. Fair enough. It's up to you, mate. It's your job on the line, not mine. Big boot forward, looking for Bowen. Instantly lands at the feet of Koulibaly, who charges away with the ball, and then the pass was completely overhit. And we get to try another big old long ball. Let's go. Long ball. Here he goes. Ben Rama is ready to come on. 72 minutes. Not quite yet. West Ham booting it. Fornals does well to just sneak in and get that. He's just awake to the situation. Although Mason Mount does well. Try to play it into the feet of Broja. Can't quite find him. Zuma again collecting that. I'm expecting big numbers from him in the player ratings. Paqueta does well to find Emerson. Who under pressure from Chelsea loses out on the throw. I can appreciate that. Also, why not? Let's just get another one, you know. Mikel Antonio coming off. I was just talking about their subs being weird. I wonder what the hell that means for us. What position is Ben Rama even going to come on in? I've got no clue. That's a really... Can I eat a ghost pepper? No. I mean, I wouldn't want to, A, and B, I have stomach issues. So no, it would be a bad idea for me in general. But no, not getting involved. They refuse. It's really weird. I'm intrigued to see what the hell that means for us formationally. Ben Ram's very central now. First opportunity he got there to collect the ball. He was very central. And centrally advanced as well. Not Bowen up front, no? Okay. All right, boys. Okay. Dying. Loftus Cheek on the ball. Chelsea passing it around. I mean, they're throwing on every attacking player they can. Sterling does well, whips it in. Havertz, cleared. Kurt Zuma, ladies and gentlemen, has just been so good today. On that wide right, wide left, Sterling comes inside, cuts it, crosses it into the path of Havertz. Fabianski gets the over, and Zuma just comes in and just stops it the second time, just chops it down. Oh, Chilwell's just scored an insane goal. Chilwell has just scored the most insane goal. Thiago Silva just dinks it over the top. Big ball over the top. Kehrer can't quite get there, and Chilwell's lucky he even comes through to him. It sort of bounces off him, and he's running towards the byline, and Fabianski just makes himself big. He just sort of knocks it through the legs of Fabianski from an insanely tight angle. And it's 1-1. Oh, that's so annoying. How has he got that in? That was insanely tight. Just a long punt up the pitch from Thiago Silva. Just a big long punt, right? Looking towards Chilwell, who somehow is in that position. I don't know why he's in that position, but he somehow is. Under pressure from Kehrer and Sufal. Ball comes over the top. It bounces off him. Barely aware of it. For it to fall like that to him is dead lucky. And I cannot express how tight that angle is. He's on the edge of the 6-yard box by the byline. We're talking 2, 3, 4, 5 degrees, like nothing. It's like, if that's the byline, you're talking about he was like here at the edge of the 6-yard box and just sort of does the one thing he can do, which is just sort of knock it towards goal in between Fabianski's legs. Again, I don't even know. It ends up dribbling into the net. That's so frustrating. Bring Antonio back on. Well, we're back to 1-1. Back to square A. Square one. First square. What's the phrase? Oh, I'm dying. What's the phrase? I can't even remember. We need to be careful now not to invite them onto us a little bit too much. Touches in opposition box. They've had 22. We've had 7. That, again, just shows what's going on here. We need to be careful not to invite them on too much right now. We've got 12 plus minutes to go. And it's 1-1. And in that situation, you need to be looking at it and saying they've made a lot of changes and they've come out of it with much more momentum. And we need to make sure that we're not just sort of inviting them on a bit too much in areas we don't want them to be in. Kehrer stabs it out under pressure from Havertz, wins a goal kick. Never is probably the answer. Never. It's probably the answer. No, I think it's one of those ones where I don't think he will. That's just the way he is. Chelsea, by the way, when we were winning, had sort of pushed on. When we'd scored, when we were beating Chelsea, even is the way I need to word it. We were much more in control of the game. We had more possession. Now Chelsea have gone back. Second half percentage is now 73%. It's even more than they had in the first. So we're back to that as a situation. That we need to think about and deal with at some point, which is going to be fun. My God, I've gone into an infinite time loop of Koulibaly fouling Jared Bowen. Oh my God, that's a time loop. I'm going to have to leave that one. That one's a time loop. I'm never going to be able to see anything else if I carry on watching that. I wish I had some. I wish I had it. I wish I did. Oh, are you also watching the North Idaho TV network, Harry Hands Harry? Triple H. I wish. No, we don't have any bells today. There was none in the shops, had any. Seeing the word Emerson injured, and I don't like it. They don't like it. They don't like it. Get him off. Referee, get him off. He's giving him a yellow card. I can't believe it. I can't speak. Sorry, that was a very specific reference there. It's a very, very specific reference there. I apologize. Yeah, I can't speak. Right, I need to sort out a timer now. I cannot stress how much that Chilwell goal was out of nowhere. Completely and utterly nowhere. Like, I can't even act like that's going to go down as like this like incredible goal, because it just wasn't. like it was an incredible goal, but from a game standpoint, it made zero sense. It made zero sense. So annoying. Max trying to find links again. Very annoying. Also, am I seeing Paqueta for Ogbonna as a sub? I mean, I can't act like it would surprise me with David Moyes, but really? Really? I mean, okay. You better hope to God we get a draw, because Jesus Christ. But then again, you're also saying that what's his name was injured, so maybe that's why. I don't know. I can't. I wish I could find out, but right now I can't. So. Okay, we're back. James playing it in towards Mount, who tries to dink it towards the back post, and Fabianski just stops that. Yeah, I can see Ogbonna on. So tell me what happened. Was it Ogbonna for Paqueta? And Emerson's gone off. Has Emerson gone off as well? Mount tries to dink it over, just couldn't quite get there. So yeah, what happened? What happened? So tell me what happened, because I'm seeing Ogbonna on the pitch. I can't see Emerson, and you're saying Paqueta came off. Oggy for Paqueta. Emerson's still on. Oh, okay. So what? Emerson playing? Oh, and Fornals takes up that position. Right. Okay. Okay, I see. So Fornals has taken up Paqueta's position. Emerson's taken up Fornals, and Ogbona's taken up Emerson's. Right. Okay. Yeah. Just come in and start slicing him down left, right, and center. Don't want him anymore. Don't need him. Reece James does well to find Mason Mount. Nice dink by Ben Rama, Fornhouse, who reaching him. I mean, the thing is I did say Paqueta would be the one who'd come off eventually. I did say it. I didn't think it would be for Ogbonna. Don't get me wrong. I didn't think it'd be for Ogbonna, but I did think that he would come off. Cornet's coming on as well now. If we lose this, Moyes is going to get absolutely slaughtered. Moyes is going to get slaughtered if we lose this. Reece James is now having arguments with Pablo Fornals. I assume time wasting is the accusation. Pablo Fornals waits to shake the referee's hand before coming off. And on his place comes Maxwell Cornet. Positionally, that makes sense. Bring him on the left for straight swap for Fornals. Makes sense. Like I say, Moyes better hope we get a draw now. Because Jesus Christ, if we don't get a point from this, at least, then Jesus Christ. Lofted forward. From the free kick, nodded back, Jorginho. Ben Rama does well, links up with Cornet. He's got a lot to do. Oh, he plays in a beautiful ball. Cornet heads it. Off the post. Bruv. The ball gets played across from Saïd Ben Rama, who does well. It was a nice little piece of link-up play. Jarrod Bowen pressurizing the ball. Cornet lays it off to Ben Rama, who takes on two Chelsea defenders, namely Fofana, beats him with a couple of step overs, plays it across on Cornet with a head at the far post. 2 inches to the left, and that's in. 2 inches to the left, that's in complete no man's land, Mendy. Complete and utter no man's land. Oh, that's so unlucky. I mean, it's good that we're getting it, but flipping it. Sterling on the ball. Jarrod Bowen just sort of all over him, you know. Chelsea just lining up the moments here. Chilwell digs it in. It's 2-1 to Chelsea. It's Kai Havertz who scored. It's 2-1. 2-1. I did say he best hope we don't lose this. Chilwell does well, gets the ball down the block, down the side, down the left-hand side. It's a nice through ball from I think it's Broja. I think he's the number 18. It's dinks across, and Havertz just in all of the space. And I'll be honest, it's the first time. Oh, it's Ogbonna. I was going to say it's the first time Zuma's been beat, but it was Ogbonna who was there. And it's now Chelsea 1-2, West Ham 1. Good luck with Twitter later, everyone. I ain't going on there. I ain't going on there. Because not on it. Two-1. Oh! Cornet! They've gifted us a goal! They've gifted us a goal! They've gifted us a goal. Mendy's down. This match is stupid. This match is just dumb. This is football, ladies and gentlemen. You wanted some association football. We got it for you. Ball over the top. Jarrod Bowen making the best of it. He comes in. He barely touches Mendy. Mendy's like holding his arm as if he's been shot. Just a tumble. I think it was a back pass towards Mendy under mild pressure from Jarrod Bowen. Was it a back pass? I'm trying to figure out what was it. Yeah, it was an awful back pass from Reece James straight into the path of Mendy, but Bowen's just pressing down on him. Mendy's holding his arm as if he's been put in the Kimura by Brock Lesnar. Realistically, mate, you've been tapped to get over it, and the ball comes back out to Cornet, who just smashes it home. He had his first chance, and then the second one, he's absolutely battered that in. We're looking at VAR now, but there's no way that's a foul. Where's the foul? We're seeing it again. We're seeing it again in VAR. Is the ref going to look at the screen? No, my TV channel definitely just cut out. Oh, you lot will be ahead of me. Let me refresh, and then while that happens, let me... No, allow it! Allow it! No, no. How? Please, someone explain this to me. Please, someone, America, explain, because I do not see how. I do not see how. Okay, right. Well, we've been footballed, ladies and gentlemen. We've been footballed. Back down to 2-1. I don't know how that's a foul, by the way. That's not a foul. It's just not a foul. But Mendy goes down. Jarrod Bowen jumps over him. It taps him here. Taps him. Mendy's rolling around as if he's just been put in the Kimura lock by Brock Lesnar, right? Holding his arm as if he's just had it snapped by flipping Ronda Rousey. Bruv, he's been tapped by Jarrod Bowen's foot. And somehow that's a foul. I don't understand how. I cannot understand for the life of me how that is a foul. It makes 0 sense. 0 sense. Oh, and I can't even get it to work. It's pissing me off. I've come back just to hear chants and see. Four minutes of added time, plus the stoppage, I guess, for VAR. We have enough time to get back into this, but I can't act like I think we're gonna. If you'll excuse the French, that's absolute nonsense. That is peak stupidity. That makes so little sense to me. How is that a foul? Someone, please, I beg, someone explain it to me. I beg. Where's Howard Webb? Where is Howard Webb on a mic sitting in a dungeon somewhere? I need him to explain to me somehow how that is a foul. Because I don't see it in any way, shape, or form. They passed it down to the referee, which I think is the correct thing to do. They passed it down to the referee so he could look at it and go, right, what do we think? Because there was minor contact there. I don't think you need to, but I understand why they do. Right? I get that. And yet somehow he's looked at that and gone, that is a foul. How? The 4 minutes of added time is technically up. I'll ask you now from this point. Do you know, I'm not going to ask you for man of the match because I can't be asked. But if you want to put your man in the match in, do. And if we see someone, and I'll give it to Hammers Chat man in the match, whoever gets the most amount of votes from a West Ham perspective. But for fun, I can't even get a thing to work. I can't even get a thing to work. Do you know what? If this one works, I don't care. It's that far behind. Zuma, but F this game. Zuma. Yeah, I'm seeing Zumas. Congratulations, Kurt Zuma, for winning the Hammers Chat man of the match. Well deserved. He's been really, really good. Really, really good. Just awful. I don't get it. I don't get it. The worst thing is usually, right, I'm really lenient on referees. Like, really lenient on referees, okay? I'm not that fast. Usually I just look at it and I say, look, you have to have a guy in the middle of the pitch who has to interpret the rules in whatever way they see fit, because that's how that works. Until we're at a point where you can no longer have, where you just have robot referees like it's FIFA or whatever, you're always going to have decisions where it just is wild, right? I try to be as lenient as possible towards referees because I realize they're human beings and it's not exactly an easy job to do, right? I'm not going to say anything about the referee. I'm just going to ask how that's a foul because it makes no sense to me. None whatsoever. I physically cannot see where that is a foul. Anyway, so Kurt Zuma's on the ball. He's taken out. And Emerson's just diving in. Him and Mount are now squaring up to each other. Then they realize they probably were mates about 4 weeks ago and calmed down a bit. But honestly, Kiri, I'm not sure. Honestly, Kiri, I'm not sure. I don't really know how it works. I just trust it when it happens. I guess the idea is it went in and there's a foul in the build-up, and so they go back and check the foul in the build-up. I guess I don't really know what the rules are around it. You know, Chelsea free kick, looking to loft it towards the towards someone. Havertz can't quite get there. Okay, Kai Havertz. Okay, now it's not the time to be diving around like a little punk fucking bitch. Havertz gets a yellow card for a dive. Get in the bin, Kai Havertz. I love you, mate. I think you're such a brilliant footballer, but my God, I've never seen such pussy movements in my life. Man, this was how much he got touched on the back. Now, did you see how this cardboard stand stayed up and yet 6 foot plus tall Premier League footballers started rolling around on the floor? What a little punk bitch. My God, I've never witnessed such punk bitch maneuvers before. Full-time whistle, 2-1. Well, you win some, you lose some. And sometimes there's a foul that apparently is somehow a foul. I don't understand it myself. Fair. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me. I appreciate it, even if it was complete and utter bollocks at the end there. I do appreciate it. The Broomfields. I'm so annoyed. Oh, do you know what it is? It's because I've not had much sleep either. So I'm ready. I'm ready. Oh, Glenn, good to see you, my friend. I hope you're well. I saw your prediction show as well. You said 2-1. Anyway, thank you for joining, everyone. I appreciate it. We've been absolutely robbed there. I'm fuming. If you've enjoyed it somehow, then make sure to like the video. I appreciate you all for liking. We flew past the target. You absolutely all delivered. We're at 559 right now, which is insane for us. So I really do genuinely appreciate it massively. Because, of course, I do these by myself. And so if you're not here, it's just me being annoyed at awful refereeing by myself. So I really do appreciate you being here. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe, because we were the only West Ham channel last year who did a watch along for every single match. Every single one without fail. We do build-ups, we do reviews, we do watch-alongs, we have player ratings over on patreon.com/HammersChat. We do it all. So if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos. Thank you very much for watching. I really, really genuinely do appreciate it. I am going to go and watch grown men throw each other around. Very exciting for me to calm myself down from that. I'm very annoyed. But yeah. Hope you all enjoy yourself. The review will be live in just a moment. Before we do that, thank you very much, Callum, twice. Thank you very much, Tasman. Thank you very much, Michael. And of course, our South Korean friend. Enjoy yourselves. Hopefully, the rest of your weekend goes a little bit better than that, and a referee doesn't come along and screw you over for no reason anyway. All right, everyone. Catch you later. Enjoy the review. Geo Gonzo. See you later. Bye, everyone. Bye.